song into a...
We have ponderous, man. Ponderous.
What is this ponderous, man? Ponderous.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
When I'm on vacation, you can talk all the schwanz you want.
Right. Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Bit boy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
Right now.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
We were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
This is Pepe Mantilla, your Spanish voice of the Los Angeles Lakers. This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Good morning, Scott.
I am a huge, and I mean huge, yacht rock enthusiast.
He hit that one all the way to Palo Alto.
7:02 and 45 seconds. Good morning. Welcome to the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a feel-good Friday. A Dodgers win Friday, and the Lakers play the Nets Friday. It is Friday, the 27th of March, 2026. Good morning and welcome back. One, George Shaq.
Cam. Hey, what's up?
Buenos días.
Buenos días, sí, ¿cómo estás?
Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás?
162-0, baby. Here we come.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
That's what Bergie posted last night on social media. By the way, apparently Bergie danced with his TikTok. He's getting TikTok. No, he didn't dance.
No, I did
but he's
not.
getting TikToks out there.
Yeah. Try to do after the game, try to put up a little post and go on to TikTok.
Bergie, you should do a Dodger dance.
That is a good idea.
What would
A Dodger
dance
TikTok
look
dance.
Like? What would it,
Just
what
don't
would
make it
look
like the puka dance, and then we'll be fine.
No.
Yeah, just don't do that. Yeah.
I'd be allowed to do that.
I mean, kind of.
Well, I guess, yes, that's true. Technically, you are correct. Yes.
I can do that dance. That's my dance. I'm allowed to do that dance.
I mean, so real quick, let's get right into it, Berg, because, I'll give you, I want my quick thoughts, Cappy's quick thoughts, and your thoughts, particularly because I'd love to hear what you guys talked about in the Blue Review. But to me, yesterday just shows it's a perfect example and a microcosm of what I expect this Dodger team to be, that even if you play well against them, okay, and they did, the Diamondbacks at the beginning of the game played well for the first 4 or 5 innings, basically. That they can just overwhelm you at any given moment. Like the 5th inning and then the 8th inning. And I mean, the Diamondbacks bullpen stinks, but either way, like that 5th inning, the Pages home run, and then they just have moments that they're so good in the lineup that they could overwhelm you. And then now the rotation is also so good. I mean, Yamamoto is unbelievable, but to me, that lineup is almost unfair when you watch them. It's like, holy moly, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's the 5th inning, the 7th inning, the 8th inning, whatever it is. Like, they are going to find a way to just completely engulf you, and you're going to have to tap out at some point.
Wow. I mean, did I just miss something, or was
I think
not
he was
just
handing
opening
off,
day?
but he was handing off to Bergie.
No, he said he was going to give his quick thoughts, and then Cappy give his quick thoughts.
Okay,
You
go ahead,
gotta
Cappy.
learn how to listen, especially on
Well,
a
I was
Friday,
really
bro.
hoping he was going to go to
come on.
Bergie first, especially
Well, go
after
ahead, Bergie.
after your
Bergie.
performance yesterday.
No. I mean, I mentioned Bergie because Bergie's the real Dodger fan around here. You know what I mean? So, everything needs to be Dodger-related addressed to Bergie. Because Bergie he's the host of the Blue Review. Mm-hmm. So, you can, I want, us two to go, again, top of the hour integrity. But Bergie needs to be addressed in these conversations because he is the Dodger guy.
Berg, I'm just watching your
Cappy
your
did it again. Let him go.
It's their show.
No, it's for Cappy to go.
No. It is not their show. It is Greg Bergman's show. It is the Greg Bergman School of Content.
Can I talk? It's my show.
Yes. It's actually the Morales show.
But Cappy,
it is the
Cappy
Morales
should
show.
go. Cappy goes now.
You know what, Bergie? I defer. Go ahead.
Okay,
Good job, Cap.
So you were absolutely right. They do just engulf you. So the way that this game started, Zach Gallen was fantastic for the Diamondbacks. He had them off balance for the first 4 innings. And they started off 1 of 13 to start that game.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden in the 4th inning, it just completely flipped. There was just getting on base, hit, and then Pages hits the 3-run home run. They went 8 for 15 after that. It happens in the blink of an eye. So,
but it can happen all game too, right? So the Pages home run takes the lead, and you're like, okay, well, they were down 2-0. Now they've got the lead. But as the game goes on, you just never know when or who. But it could be anybody at any time. And in this case yesterday, for example, it's Will Smith late, or it's Pages with a really great defensive play. Literally, when you look around the field and the addition of Kyle Tucker out in right field, when you look around and then you look at the lineup, you actually can, I know it's only game 1, but I think this is going to be the conversation that's happening all season long, presuming everybody's going to be healthy. There's just no let up anywhere in this lineup. Everybody's a good defender. I mean, we'll find out what.
Teo's not.
But we'll find out about Teo as the year goes on. But you've added now Kyle Tucker, and he's going to be another piece of this. You didn't have to just go, you know what, we don't have the money, let's just get cheap over in right field. No. You got the best everywhere. Literally, you got the best everywhere.
To speak to Teo for a second, there was a play where Andy Pages caught a ball in left field, and he was in left field. He was he was in the middle of left field.
Come over here,
catching a ball because he can cover that space that Teo can't.
Well, but Teo brings something to the table. I mean, it's not like. I mean, you can hide a guy.
But let's not get carried away on the defense.
Right.
Just yet. Right. That's like saying Luka is great at defense now.
I do hear that a lot lately here. I've been listening
I
to a
did
lot
too,
of
and I'm going to need to push back on that a little later.
Just for a second, I just want to say Luka in his last 11 games has 30 stocks. And we can move back to Doug.
Oh, yes. Bergie in the stock.
Break it out.
The stock watch.
Oh, yeah. Break that out.
Right.
You've been watching a lot of CNBC as of late.
But I thought Yamamoto was really good and showing why he's the ace that you talked about at the beginning of this. What he did yesterday, he did give up the home run to Geraldo Perdomo, and his fastball was kind of suspect. He didn't really have complete control of it. But every other pitch, his other 5 pitches were on at all times. He had the curveball working really, really well. He had his splitter just completely keeping guys off balance. Yamamoto is going to be in the mix for the Cy Young if he can stay like this and look like he did last year when he took the ball every single start.
Yeah, it was an impressive day all around, though. I mean, we're talking about the game. But before the game, everything
that was
took
cool
place,
when they came out in the car and all that.
Yeah. Will Ferrell's driving, and you've got Freddie Freeman in the car, and you've got Miguel Rojas, and both guys are carrying World Series trophies, and Will's driving, and like the PA announcer's like, hey, Will, let's go, pick it up, will you? Let's go. We got a ball game to play here. And just the whole pregame hype and the anthem and the unveiling of another championship and Steve Garvey, and it was Jaime Jarrín, standing there pulling up the curtain. I mean, just the energy, the color, just the beauty of it all, and so much to celebrate. Like, while the rest of the country is celebrating opening day at their respective ballparks, there's only one place in the country that is celebrating back-to-back championships. So it just takes opening day to like this crazy next level. And then if you're Arizona, you're kind of focusing and concentrating on the game itself. And then before you know it, it becomes, a little bit later into the game, Pages hits a home run. And, okay, wait, we went from focus and we're good. And maybe we got these guys on opening day. Maybe we could celebrate on their field on opening day. And then it just gets completely blown out. And just
floodgates eventually opened. But it was fun to watch. Look, it's one of 162, but, man, it just feels like it's going to be hard to beat these guys in the regular season. In the postseason, look, we've seen this thing is a bit of a crapshoot, right? I mean, it took every ounce of, good fortune, great timing, right? Insane play to win the World Series. There are 2 completely different seasons, but I think we can enjoy the regular season and then deal with the stresses of the postseason when we get there. You know what I'm saying? Because there will be a level of stress, even as good as this team is, because, again, crazy bleep just tends to happen in the postseason. But I think this season should be about, holy crap, they're so fun to watch.
I actually think this season is going to be a very frustrating season for Dodger fans.
Really?
Believe it or not.
Yeah. Why do you think that?
Yeah. Just because I think because here's the thing. Yesterday.
Is this the Padre fan in you talking?
A little bit.
This is the reality of what it is to have back-to-back World Series, which is to say that who cares? about the regular season, right? So this was game 1 of 162, and there's a long marathon to be run to get to the postseason. And
I don't know about who cares though. Not when you add new toys to the lineup. You know what I mean? Like Kyle Tucker or whatever. Like, you know, I think that there's always something. And by the way, there's always somebody who underperforms that you didn't expect, right? Like last year, Bergman literally wanted to, like, you know, if he could have had a voodoo doll of Michael Conforto, he would have. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it would have happened.
You know, I mean, it was. You know, there's always something that pops up. Cappy, injuries pop up. Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of things that pop up.
Well, my point is simply this: that you're, as a fan, you're going to want to win a third World Series. Yeah. And the way to get to the third World Series is to get to the postseason. And the fact of the matter is, we all assume that the Dodgers are going to A, win the division, and B, they're going to be in the postseason. Whereas everybody else around Major League Baseball, they have hope. Whereas the Dodgers have an expectation to play in the World Series, to try and defend their back-to-back titles, to go for a three-peat. And I just think that the frustration will be that it's a very, very long marathon to get from here to there when all you're trying to do is get to there, because you know you've got 2 titles to defend and you've got another one to try and win. So I think it's going to become a very long season, and it could be frustrating in the middle of it all where you're like, these guys they're not good right now. Why? Because they're bored right now, because they are playing for the championship. They're not playing for the regular season. So I'm just making a prediction. I don't know if I'll be proven right.
I agree with you.
No, for somebody that has to talk about this about 140 times on the Blue Review every single morning at 6:30 in the morning, there's always going to be something to talk about. There's always going to be some, and really that's what the whole point of it is, right? To find the things that are wrong and is going to hurt for the postseason. Like if they do it this way in the postseason, it's going to affect them here. There's still stuff to be talked about, and yeah, we're going to get annoyed by things, but I don't think it's going to be boring. There's no boring in it at all.
It's not necessarily boring. It's like apathy almost. I feel like it was like that with the Cavs and even with the Heat when it's like you go to the.
I disagree. No, I disagree.
For me,
I'm telling you, this team.
I didn't like watching the regular season in like January, February.
Lindsay, let me explain to me. The Dodgers actually. You bring up the Heat. That's actually interesting. So because I actually think they are very much like that. Okay, in a lot of ways. When the Dodgers put this team together, right?
The Dodgers.
They expected, right, you know, I mean, look, I think fans, let's put it this way, fans expected automatic results, correct? Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. So when they put this team together, Berg, this version of the team, I guess pre-Shohei, right?
Yep.
It was when the first year of Freddie Freeman was 2023, Berg?
Yeah, they won in the 2021, then he came, I think, 22.
Oh, 22. So 22. 22 they lost in the NLCS, correct?
Yeah, sounds right.
No, NLDS. Sorry,
yeah,
they lost to the NLDS.
They lost to the Padres.
Yeah.
In 22,
right. They lost to the Padres,
in
and then the following year, they lost again. Right? They lost to the Diamondbacks.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when I broke the bobblehead.
Okay, so while not apples to sorry, you did break the bobblehead. So not apples to apples, but the Heat are an interesting example because when LeBron and them came there, everyone thought similar to the Dodgers, like, oh my God, it's so unfair. They're gonna win, you know, in the Heat's case, they're gonna win 70-something games, and the Dodgers like, oh, it's unfair. Freddie Freeman, they don't need Freddie Freeman. Blah blah blah.
It's a super team. They bought them.
Correct. So, and then they underperformed, right? For whatever it's worth. The Heat underperformed against Dallas in the finals. The Dodgers underperformed the first round, okay, which was even worse, clearly. So then they win the World Series, right? The Heat win the championship with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, right? And then they were no longer the quote-unquote – then they kind of were still the villains in a lot of ways. Then the following year, they had kind of a little bit of a lull. They end up going 27 straight games winning, right, which is the second most, only to the Lakers. So, and they were kind of like, you know, rolling through the regular season that year. You know what I mean? And then eventually, you know, had that 27-game win streak. They win the title in an insane, similar to the Dodgers, in insane fashion with the Ray Allen shot, right, that wins Game 6 and gets them to a tight Game 7 that they end up winning by just a few buckets. And then the Dodgers, similar to the Blue Jays. There's a lot of correlation between those two. And then in year 3, it was they eventually had injuries and got they got tired physically and couldn't three-peat. But there was a very much the league was very much like locked in on like, oh my God, can they three-peat? Can they be the first team since the Lakers to three-peat? Like there is a lot of that. I mean, the Dodgers, there's going to be a focus of, are they going to be the first team since the Yankees and prior to them, the Oakland A's to three-peat, right? Like, because I completely disagree with you and Cappy in that regard. I think there's going to be a focus on them in a way that we haven't seen in sports in a while, probably since those LeBron, Wade, and Bosh teams, because of the super team. Because remember, they added Ohtani, obviously, into that equation, which I completely forgot to include while they were winning. But the fact that the three-peat is so rare, I think there is going to be a focus on them that we haven't seen in a while in Major League Baseball.
This is why, Bergie, just so you know, my word was not boring. It was frustrating.
I agree with you. I'm not saying people aren't going to care. I just think that it's
not.
going to...
Well, you said apathy, so that's why I pushed back.
Yeah, like there's going to be like, you're going to get to like June and July and be like, oh man, it really is the dog days of summer, you know?
All right, Bergie's got a response for Sedano. We'll get to that in about 30 seconds. But first, let me tell you this. It's 7:17. You know what you could have done in those 17 minutes? You could have put on a Dodgers hat, maybe a Dodgers thong like I got to wear later this summer. But you could have also gone to Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Gotten yourself a nice lube job for the weekend. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home with a 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you, Bergie.
So the reason that I agree with Sedano and not Lindsay and Cap is because of Shohei Ohtani. Because what he did, he worked.
Right. He's the LeBron in this equation. You know what I'm saying? Like from that team that you referenced.
Right. He was in Anaheim.
Shohei Ohtani.
Angels of Anaheim, what do you want to call him? He was there for 7 or 8 years and didn't make the playoffs. And now he's in a position where he's won back-to-back titles. He wants to keep going to that. He says to Andrew Friedman and Mark Walter all the time, I came here for 10 years. I want 10 championships.
Right.
That means it's not going to happen. It's probably not going to happen. But the fact is, he's going for that. He wasted so much time in Anaheim that he wants to go and get as many as he possibly can for this team. So if your best player is pushing at that top, like LeBron over there, you're going to keep going, and you're not going to be frustrated. You're going to push to get back to that spot.
All right, look, I'm just telling you guys this. It's going to be an amazing baseball season. You've got so many interesting characters. You've got so many incredible storylines. And to both of your point, you're going to have people from all over the country focusing in on the Dodgers the way the national media focuses on the Lakers. I was talking about this just the other day, how when you turn on every national TV show that's talking sports, during the Lakers winning streak in particular, everybody's focused on the Lakers. And I said, it's like, hey, we talk about the Lakers every day. They're our team. They're our partner, et cetera. They're the team we cover. But nationally, I'm like, I actually get annoyed with how much everybody focuses. That will be the Dodgers, no doubt about it. This year, everybody will be focusing on the Dodgers. And the Dodgers, by the way, have done a great job of leaning in to this notion that everybody else around the country has, which is they're the bad guys, and they're the guys that overspend, and we can't keep up, and therefore we won't be able to compete. And so what the Dodgers did with their hype video, where they talk about what the bad guys are and who they are, they're leaning in on all of that. And it's kind of cool. But I'm just suggesting to you guys that you will become impatient because you want to get to the postseason, because the goal is to three-peat. It's not, a lot of organizations around the league are like, I hope we compete. I would like to be competitive. Well, in the Dodgers world, it's like, no, we expect to win another championship. And it will get frustrating and it will get long. And when they don't play well and they do have losing streaks, or
that'll be great
a close race.
If they have a losing streak. I mean,
you'll see.
Absolutely. Like, it'll be because then you can start to dissect stuff. Like, actually, you almost want them to have at least a stretch or two where they struggle a little bit.
Well, that was last season. Don't forget, they opened the door and nobody could walk through it. They made it interesting. And like you said, they did not exactly win that World Series 4-0. There are a lot of crazy things that happened. So buckle up, everybody. Today's Game 2 of 162, and we are in the very first mile of the summer-long marathon.
So, Sedano, you were right about what we discussed yesterday afternoon. If we keep throwing to Bergie, it'll keep Cappy tight. That way he doesn't just ramble on. That was good. That was a good first segment. Everybody wiped themselves off. And in 2.5 minutes, we'll talk about Jeff Passan's comments. By the way, Passan will join us at 8:30 this morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Oh, I got to read this. Hold on. It's a Cosm Ticket Friday. Listen to Sedano and Cap for your chance to win a 4-pack of GA tickets to watch the Elite 8 at Cosm this Saturday at 3 p.m. Experience March Madness like never before, only at Cosm. And with ESPN LA, Jack, 7:21 in the morning. We're back in 2.5 minutes from right now.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Introducing our new Chili Crisp Dumplings, a spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed and fiery. Chili Crisp. That's our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. Get them today, only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Buenos dias.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Smalls here. Look, I get it. GLP-1 weight loss shots are popular. They're everywhere. But not everyone is thrilled about weekly injections. So what if your GLP-1 was as easy to take as a mint? That's why I want you to know about compounded terzepatide. It's a mint-flavored tablet you simply let dissolve under your tongue. No needles. It's designed to help curb appetite and reduce cravings, even sweets and carbs, which are my personal enemies. And when hunger's under control, it's easier to eat less. Stay away from the junk foods that trip you up and tackle your weight loss goals head on. And this is important. The compounded terzepatide is recommended by the medical board of the wellness companies, the doctors I trust. Look, if you're serious about getting your weight under control and weekly shots aren't your thing, I strongly encourage you to look into terzepatide. Getting started is fast with an easy online physician consultation. Imagine discovering a no-needle option that fits your needs. Go to noneedles.com/smalls. Promo code SMALLS to save $50. That's noneedles.com/smalls. Promo code SMALLS to save $50.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Especially on lighter days like today, we're just going to make ourselves laugh.
Why the hell not?
Why the hell not?
Let's feel good today.
Let's feel good.
More Sedano and Cap.
Come on, kid, just have fun.
Right now.
7:24, good morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Friday. A feel-good Friday, Jack. Time to dance with a little early Mariah. This is young Mariah. We're going to get to Mama Mariah later. Because today, happy 56th birthday. Oh, absolutely still, Cappy. Absolutely still. Mariah Carey turns 56. And this, again, is young Mariah from 91. I was a little short. I was about a second short. I could have stretched it out a little bit more.
You could have given us another tenth of a second.
I could have. It is also, this used to be my life, but not anymore, but it still could be your life. And I think it's Bergie's life. International Whiskey Day. I think Bergie likes that Japanese whiskey.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
He likes to take
hibiki?
Oh,
Hibiki?
yeah.
Oh, so good.
He takes a shot and then goes, shout out.
Each time. It's like,
You know
it's like this.
Really, Berg? You know what happens?
And
Shout
on this
out.
day in 1992, White Men Can't Jump was released in theaters.
Right. Going back to some early 90s
Good movie,
Mariah.
dude.
1992. Hell yeah. What are you talking here, Jack?
Meanwhile, remember this. We got to turn this into a promo. When you want real Dodgers talk first thing in the morning, you know where you come? The home of Greg Bergman. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
And the Blue Review in the morning at 6:30.
Easy now. Don't jump on my liner.
You know, help out. Either way.
One up his liner, bro.
Was that a liner? I don't know. But did you watch the broadcast last night? What did you think? Remember yesterday, Cappy, we were talking about how Clayton Kershaw is wonderful on the mic?
Wonderful on the microphone.
What did you think of Clayton Kershaw on the mic? I thought
he was the fourth
great.
guy on the broadcast, basically, right?
He seemed almost like the second guy. They went to him so often. But yeah, he was the fourth guy on the broadcast.
Yeah.
I liked him. I thought one part of the game in particular where he was talking about how the Diamondbacks were trying to slow down the game so that they could get their bullpen up and rolling because they were kind of getting worked over at this point. And so he kind of pointed out, they said, well, boy, Clayton, you kind of knew that a pitching change was on the horizon here, And he's like, well, yeah, you can just sort of feel the energy of trying to slow the game down so that you can get your bullpen ready so you can get somebody else into the game. So I thought Kershaw was good. I thought he was, what you would expect. Listen, I think when you have guys like Tom Brady or Drew Brees or Clayton Kershaw, guys who are legends in their game, we, the civilian population, the fan base, we want to hear from these guys. They're the guys that were in it. They're the guys that played the best position, quarterback, starting pitcher. These are the guys that we want to hear their analysis, what they're thinking. And so I thought he was really good.
Yeah, I thought he was good. I think it was a perfect way to ease him in, right, with a broadcast of multiple people, right? That's not an easy dance, by the way, for Jason Benetti to have to deal with, right?
He was great.
Two guys. He's excellent. There's two guys in the booth. Then there's the Clayton right there, in the next to the dugout. Like that's a hard deal to manage and navigate. So I don't know if people realize how difficult that is to get through, right, as a broadcaster, because you want to make sure everyone feels like they've got their opportunity and feel good about like their space and what they're able to say and get everything they want in while he still has to call a game. Like that's really, really difficult. So yeah, I thought the broadcast was great. I think they did a great job. I think it's going to be big picture though. I'm a little surprised that Benetti will not have a more static partner. That they're going to constantly kind of rotate people in there. Now, he's good enough to make it work, but it's always easier when you just have a crew of people that you'll work with more regularly.
So I hope that they leave Kershaw on with him wherever he goes. Like he becomes that fourth guy that's sitting down right next to the dugout, and he's just constantly going to him, saying, hey, what are you thinking about why he's doing that pitch mix or whatever it happens to be to make him sound so good. But Benetti, you're right. He just moved it around. I will say this, though, about this broadcast. If you're a Dodger fan, you absolutely loved it. It was one of the better broadcasts of a national broadcast you've listened to in a while. If you were a Diamondbacks fan, you hated it. You hated every second of it.
Listen, you can't
it was
help
so
it. I mean,
Dodger-centric.
well,
it was
course.
amazing.
Well, of course, they're the champs. They're back-to-back champs. Like, what do you? And they're home. Like,
Oral Hershiser on the play-by-play.
Well, so is Luis. So is Luis Gonzalez, though.
Diamondbacks too.
But Arizona is irrelevant.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
like they're nationally irrelevant. They're locally relevant. But and I understand what you're getting at. Like if you're a Diamondbacks fan this morning, you're calling your local sports talk station to go, I freaking hate those guys. And all they talked about was the Dodgers. Well, what'd you expect them to talk about? You got to think that outside of Phoenix, Arizona, nobody knows or cares about the Arizona Diamondbacks, but everybody around the country, whether they love them or they hate them, everybody has an opinion about the Dodgers.
By the way, Sedano sits in a lot of these production meetings for TV. If you think of the production meeting, Bergie, Oral goes, Clayton, I never choked in the World Series.
This guy. This is what we're doing. It's Friday. We're supposed to be a happy Friday.
we're supposed to be good.
By the way, who wrote Go D-backs on Sedano's whiteboard?
I don't know, but they should be fired.
Not only that, we need to put something on there. That is Sedano's whiteboard. Nobody else is allowed to touch it.
Only people with proper coaching credentials get to the whiteboard.
Well, first of all, I don't have coaching credentials, so stop that.
You are my coach now.
I did want to push back on you from the other day. I was just so tired that I couldn't think of like when the way you laid that out to Ramona, George thinks he could drop a play like an NBA coach.
What do you mean?
No,
I
never said
George
that.
does draw up a play like an NBA coach. You're misunderstanding something. You are my coach. From now on, I take coaching from you. When it comes to drawing up plays on a whiteboard of a basketball, I trust your whole coaching background. You are my coach, Coach Sedano. You have a problem with that?
Yes.
Why?
Let's get back to NBC.
For listeners that may not know, quickly, let's play the sound. 7 seconds. Here we go.
Sedano is a guy who's like, hey, I've been around the NBA 20 years. I can draw plays up on the board. I can do. God. What do you mean, oh, God? What do you mean? Do you hear the way I defended you? When Ramona said, oh, God, what did she say? She was saying, oh, please, George, give me a break. Come on, really? And I was like, absolutely not. My man's been around the NBA 20-plus years. He's picked up a lot, and he knows how to draw up these plays. I actually said, which you didn't hear, that you were insulted when I had the audacity to ask you, did a coach sit with you and work on plays and drawing stuff up and teaching you all of this stuff. And you were like, no, bro, I've been around the league forever. And I'm like, yeah, but I've sat with plenty of NFL coaches who've let me study film with them, and they've taught me a whole bunch of stuff. I thought you got that from some coach somewhere. I thought that was quite cool.
What about when you said this?
You've never met anybody who's more obsessed with being right in their life, and by the way, has never been
What
wrong.
are you doing?
I think my
You were talking about
that's
Sedano.
right. That I
right
stand
about
by.
that.
That I
Yeah.
stand by.
I
George
have no
agrees.
issue with that.
Right, I
actually.
stand by that. I don't know anybody in my life that likes to be right more. than George.
Lindsay's pretty much up there, too.
Well, that's why Lindsay and I get along so well.
I
She's a
agree with
silver
that.
medalist.
I agree with that.
Let's cleanse the palate for a moment, and then we want to get to these pass-in comments as we get ready for
Oh, yeah, I want to hear from
Passan.
Jeff, because Jeff's going to join us at 8:30, you said?
Exactly, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
but
that's
first,
great.
tell us about your home away from home, LAX.
Oh, I was just there at LAX. Listen, where changes are arriving daily, okay, at LAX to improve your travel journey, all right? The Los Angeles International Airport automated people mover trains are rolling soon as part of LAX's ongoing investment. To improve that travel journey, the new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, and economy parking, all in 10 minutes or less, man. That's round trip. Departing every 2 minutes to help approximately 30 million passengers per year. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN. And Mark Cates, I owe you one. I'll tell you that I owe you one. That's all he needs to know. I owe
You hear
you-
that,
I owe
Mark
you
Cates?
Well,
He owes
after
you one.
Beto scorched the entire sales department yesterday on the air,
Oh,
it's
you
good
guys
that we
don't
give
even
some
understand.
love to them.
You don't even understand. Yesterday,
No, Cappy, no.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Yesterday,
Let's get to
I
this
walked
passing
in-
thing, man.
Real quick. I walked into the sales department yesterday, and George, I took a lot of heat from Mark Cates and Kobe Walsh. How could you not defend us to Beto Duran? And I said, ooh, gosh.
Well, what did he say?
This is why I said not now, because we don't have the sound, Cappy.
What did he say? I don't know. He just ripped away at these guys. Don't give me your freaking put your hand in your face.
Because,
okay?
honestly, that's bad radio, bro.
Okay, it's fine,
Hey, Chris,
Chris.
you know what else is bad radio?
Don't make it
You know what
worse,
else is
is what
bad
I would
radio?
say.
When you do this. And you know what else is bad radio? When you have nothing but negativity
Guess
to
what?
say about everybody.
200
But
people are
guess what?
watching on
But-
YouTube.
Yeah,
Thousands are listening to us.
Right. And so what does that have to do with anything?
So you play to YouTube. I'm playing to the actual radio audience.
How am I playing to YouTube?
Because you're trying. Oh, I put my head down. Nobody saw that.
Everybody else did. We all
200
did.
people on YouTube don't matter to our radio station.
So wait, I don't understand what you're even arguing.
Is that, oh, Chris, don't put your head down.
Okay.
Nobody saw me put my head down.
we did.
All right. Hey, guys. Relax. It's Friday.
Chris, how come
It's
you're the only person that gets to decide what's good and what's not good?
Because
Why
that's
is that?
part of my job.
No, but we're
That's
all
the
paid
decisions
professionals.
that people
We're
make.
paid- Okay, here's
So
my
take it
decision.
up with
Stop
those
with your
people.
negativity. Stop with your nastiness. Stop saying everything nasty about everybody. That's actually really crappy content. But
Okay.
you're the content guy, so
Okay.
you get to decide.
You
that
know
it's
what
good
else is
content.
crappy content?
What?
Getting
What?
off when we tease 4 times to get to something so we could sell it.
Well, George asked a question. I was about to answer the question. That's
Okay,
a
it's
problem
okay.
for you?
We could do it. How about we do it in the YouTube hour? How about that?
Get the sound, Chris.
It's not my job to get sound,
Get the
but the
sound.
person whose job it is doesn't know when we throw her a curveball out of nowhere
She
to
can
pull
hit a
sound.
curveball. She can hit a curveball, no
Speaking of
problem.
which, let's get
Change
to the
up
sound
curveball.
of-
She can hit it all.
of Jeff Passan, because this is nobody. You want to know what, Chris? Nobody cares about your little argument with Cappy. Let's hear
That's
about it
fine.
from Jeff.
That's not. So that's a quote from Jeff Passan from his story.
Oh, so we don't have sound? Wait, you teased sound that's not there, Chris?
No, I teased Jeff Passan. Let's hear from him, meaning the story, and we're going to hear from him at 8:30.
Yeah, I don't know if I buy that. This is a bad segment, bro. You've derailed
bad.
it.
I mean,
as
look
bad
at the
as anyone.
rundown.
Really bad.
The rundown doesn't say sound, does it?
Right, but you said sound.
No,
You
I
said
said
we're
let's
gonna
hear
hear
from
from him.
Jeff Passan.
Yes, you did.
Because we're going to hear from him at 8:30.
Anyway, go ahead. What did Jeff say?
He said that the Dodgers trying to three-peat is a poison pill for the whole sport.
In what sense?
In the sense that if they do, then they could say, well, see, you got to go out and spend all this money. Everybody's got to go out and buy the super team. But then again, if they don't, then they could say, well, see, it doesn't work. Another team can, you know what I mean? Like, that's like a point for the labor negotiations. Poison pill being the key word there, you know?
And see, Jeff Passan will join us at 8:30 to further explain that. See that?
All right, very good.
It's
Well,
the
I've been
Dodgers
reading-
world, and everyone else is just living in it, trying to catch up.
One of the things that Passan's talking about here, George, is he's saying, look, you got a team that has won back-to-back World Series. They will continue to spend outrageous amounts of money to win. But really, when you look back and you say, hey, the Yankees back in the early 2000s, they doubled up what everybody else was spending around them, but they weren't winning everything all the time necessarily. And so you have more popularity, you have higher TV ratings, you have more people interested in baseball right now, seemingly, than in the last 20 years. Baseball has done such a great job of saying we're not just going to be purely about the traditionalist and the purist. And you know what? We're going to make adjustments to what we do to make it more interesting and make it move faster and make it more attractive to young people. So baseball is experiencing right now a tremendous renaissance. Yep. And the problem is that while you have this renaissance in baseball, baseball is essentially feeding on itself, where because of the Dodgers' success and because of the way they've chosen to spend, the rest of baseball looks at them as the problem and as the bad guy, we talked about in the earlier segment, and it could all come crashing down, and the Dodgers are essentially going to be the team that people are going to blame for it.
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers are going to get the blame. Yes, I would agree. But the issue is not so much the Dodgers. It's, we've talked about this a million times over. It's the teams at the bottom, okay? And it's funny, I sent you guys a video yesterday, and we're going to have him on Tuesday, June Lee, who used to work at ESPN and covering Major League Baseball, and is now with an independent company doing really interesting independent work. And, he had this video, and it really focused on the Red Sox because he's from Boston. But the premise of it was teams are incentivized, the bad teams are incentivized to be bad because of the way the financial structure is, right? It's less about like winning championships and more about the bottom line, right? Was kind of the premise of his story. And that is the issue. That's the crux of the issue in Major League Baseball, is that if I'm the Dodgers and the Yankees and these other teams that are spending, I'm furious with the Pirates and the Marlins and whoever that don't want to spend. Like, those are the teams that I think are the real crux of the issue. But look, ultimately, the Dodgers will get the blame because it's easier to blame the Dodgers, I would say. It's a lazy way to do it, but it is easier for fans to blame the Dodgers, and the owners will frame it that way because they know it's easier.
Yeah, and in that June Lee video I was listening to this morning, they're also talking about how the Red Sox were doing it that way, but they were third at the time in payroll, or the third at the time right now, where they have
originally, right?
Yeah, yes. It was originally, but then now they're making all this money, yet they're still moving off of guys. They still didn't want to pay Alex Bregman and let him go to the Cubs. They still didn't want to pay Mookie Betts and let him come to the Dodgers and trade him here. They're still working at that same level, even though they're making so much money that it became just about money and not about
it became about the bottom line.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And even right now with a young team, they're still not putting anything into the team.
Yeah, but guys, you guys got to understand something. Look, we're sitting here in L.A., and we're following the Dodgers, and we're enjoying the euphoria of back-to-back championships. We're out on the streets on days where there are parades, and we get to enjoy that energy with the fans. We're part of the team that everybody else around baseball looks at and goes, they're the bad guys. And from our perspective, we're like, no, it's the Pirates' fault. They make this much money, but they only invest this much into their payroll, and if they really cared about winning, then they would spend more. But they don't. That's just it. They don't care about winning. They do, as an ownership, care about making money. And so, believe me, guys, I watched it for a long time in San Diego, where there was a great place to go watch a game, and there was great local beer and local tequila, and they put on an entertainment product, but that product was never about winning. And so the Dodgers put their money into their team because they're about winning. And by the way, the Dodgers can generate more money than anybody else because we talked yesterday. What's the name of the new field? What's the name of the brand?
Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium.
Right? Yeah. So when a home run was hit, and as Will Smith is rounding second base and the camera is focused on Will from the pitcher's mouth, you see that Uniqlo sign in center field. And then when he crosses as he's going from third to home, there's that Uniqlo sign right there on the field. It says Uniqlo Field. So the point is that who else around Major League Baseball is getting a $125 million deal with a brand? Because there is only one Shohei Ohtani. And all these Japanese brands say, well, between Ohtani and Yamamoto and Sasaki, we got our guys on their team. They're the biggest international brand. We're going to spend our money there. So the problem is for all these other teams, they can't do what the Dodgers can. And therefore, while we sit here and say everybody else is the problem, I think you guys can figure it out. Everybody else around the country thinks the Dodgers are purely the problem.
Oh, yeah. But again, it's a lazy take to think the Dodgers are solely the problem.
I'd say a simpleton take.
Oh, wow.
Jerk face
I would
take.
agree.
A jerk face take for
jerk
sure.
face take.
Definitely.
If you're saying it's solely the Dodgers, then I think that you're not looking at this through the right prism.
Can I tell you, Al, something else? It's jerk face. So I had to buy these tickets for Saturday, which we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just buy. So if there's 3 tickets available on the Dodgers.com, you can't just buy 2. You have to buy all 3.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So then you have to look around
but that's
the stadium.
been a thing for a while now.
Well, this is my
me-
first time, yeah.
That happened to me, I think 2 years ago. Yeah.
I
This is
need
my
an
first time.
explanation of that.
I will tell you next. Plus, Tom Brady just opens up to CNBC. Man, what's this CNBC guy got? You could just get these things out of Tom
Genie
Brady.
Bus. Right now he's got Tom
Yeah.
Brady.
By the way, let me tell you this, Lakers fans. The Lakers, ESPN LA 710, and Michelob Ultra are teaming up for an epic watch party on Thursday, April 2nd at Tom's Watch Bar in downtown LA, right next to us. Beto Duran's going to be there. He might be, yelling about the salespeople still. Come early to catch the live pregame show with ESPN LA 710, starting at 5 p.m. Then stick around as the game tips off at 6:30. There'll be giveaways, photo opportunities with that championship trophy, and more. Press the flesh with Beto and Michelob Ultra. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We've got Brady sound.
Wait.
Yes.
But I'd rather get to the Luka stuff first. I don't think the Brady sound is that interesting, to be honest with you. I think we could get to that much later. I'd rather have the Luka discussion because I was listening to something on Mason in Ireland yesterday, which I thought they made great points, but I think there was one thing John said that I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I can agree with that at all.
Okay. Well, we'll go against the rundown, and we'll do Luka next in 2.5 minutes on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
East Central Hotel, the official downtown home away from home for Cappy and Morales. EastCentralHotel.com.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
You've heard us talk about Legends Attic, and if you've never been, you've been missing out. It's a party with some of the biggest legends in sports. They just had the Martinez brothers, Ramon and Pedro, and now it's your chance to meet 1983 Rookie of the Year Darryl Strawberry and All-Star Eric Davis. Join us as we broadcast live on Friday, April 3rd from Legends Attic in Claremont. Check out incredible sports art by Dave Hobrick, enjoy giveaways, prizes, and celebrate the return of baseball season. Get your tickets now at legendsattic.com, and we'll see you Friday, April 3rd from 3 to 6 p.m. at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Hey guys, it's tournament time and Pizza Hut is bringing the heat with their new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside, and finished with buttery garlic parm seasoning for bold flavor in every bite. All tournament long, grab a large pizza with any 3 toppings for just $10.99, available for delivery or carryout. When the games heat up, keep the Pizza Hut coming. Cut down the nets with the $10.99 large 3-topping pizza deal. Order now at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app and bring home the win.
Limited time offer. Additional charges for extra cheese and toppings, stuffed crust, and original pan.
It's baseball.
Hey, Ty Pennington here, back teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away another brand new house. Imagine yourself in an amazing, fully furnished, multi-million-dollar home in beautiful Orange County. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. It's that easy. Visit Pechanga every Saturday to activate your entries for a chance to win a lucky key to the May 30th grand finale. I'll see you there.
Harry Douglas here. I don't wait for birthdays to celebrate. I grab Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes like rich vanilla birthday cake with buttery funfetti goodness. Seriously, it's unapologetically extra in the best way. And it's sugar-free, so I get all that cake flavor without the guilt. It's tiny, portable, and ready for whenever I need a quick boost. I keep one with me because you never know when you'll need a little party energy. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
It's about time delivery worked on your schedule. Same day, next day, or scheduled in advance. However you plan it, the Home Depot delivers the whole job. From drywall to doors, plumbing to paint, we'll get it there when you need it. Because on the job site, timing is everything. You order, we deliver. It's that easy. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is on.
So are we doing like a stage show now? Is that the story?
No, we're just
the
What do you
same.
think you are? What do you think? You're like a go-go dancer?
Back to Sedano and Cap.
In the concrete jungles and these girls keep passing me by. She looks fly.
7:46. Good morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Friday.
My song right here. I wish I was a little bit taller.
I think didn't you used to have this? I don't think it was. Oh no, it was like your MySpace thing or something, right? Or Facebook?
What?
Probably back then.
Yeah, I kind of
when
remember
I was doing
that.
the third shift
Yeah,
on Fox.
I kind of remember us making like a promo about it or something.
I wish I was a little bit taller, and I wish I was a baller.
Well, you are a baller now, so this is now Mike Trudell's song.
Speaking of which, the contract is in. I'm reading it over.
Trudell's contract?
Oh, mine.
Oh, yours. Oh, good. Did you sign that thing yet?
It's a DocuSign. I'm reading it.
DocuSign. I told you DocuSign. You don't have to hold it in your hand. You don't have to have a special pen.
Oh, well,
you
don't
don't got
worry.
to mail it back.
Don't worry, Cappy. You won't be getting one in June after last segment.
Hey, Chris, guess what? I don't need one. How about
All
that?
right.
Yeah, I don't,
Cappy, you know what?
I'm fine with that, Chris. No
You're
problem.
Gonna get your contract.
Well, if I am, I'm going to put in my contract. Chris has to go to the afternoon show. God, you're annoying.
Trust me,
You are
there's-
so annoying.
there's a lot of
God,
people
it's
trying to make that
unbelievable.
happen.
You are so annoying. It's like everything that everybody does. It's like if it doesn't meet your standards, like you sit here and complain about it. You whine, you
Wait,
sigh,
wait, wait,
you put
Cappy,
your head in
Cappy,
your hand.
you-
Oh,
you know
it's
what
so
we
annoying.
You're doing
We
that
could
exact thing.
do
it's
you
so
have the
annoying.
Godfather music there somewhere?
Stand by. Here
Hold
you go.
on. So it could be like, Cappy, I could do this. It'd be like, hey, Chris, I want to have a conversation with you. We don't think your services are needed as much on the morning show. I think the boys in the afternoon could use your help.
Well, they can, but that's still not going to probably.
Why don't-
I'll
why
just
don't
going to have to do both for the price of one.
Why don't you go
Then
over
you'll be
there to
real
the- why don't
pleasant.
you go to the
Yeah,
afternoon-
really. Right, you'll be more pleasant.
Yeah,
than
but
you
then
are
I can get
currently.
more endorsements, so then it'll even out.
Why don't
Come
you go
on.
to the afternoon show over there? And Cappy and Bergie and Lindsay and I and Jorge, we'll take care of the
We
morning.
got things handled. We can do things. We got it
We'll be
handled.
all right.
I know. You can trust us a
You'll
little
be
bit,
a good
Chris.
boy, okay,
It's okay.
Christopher?
You
I
can
trust
him.
Sedano, yeah.
Right, we know
Be
this.
a good
we know.
boy.
We know.
Say hi to Mucho and Angela for me.
Send Mucho and Angela to Vision Works. Tell them to have fun.
They still haven't gone.
What happened?
Cancel their appointment.
They had to move it to like 2 weeks from now. I don't know.
For Lindsay and I, it's like this is the first time someone's like, "Hey, you guys should stay."
We're used to getting kicked out or traded. Proud of us. We're good job.
Bergen School
Hey.
of Content, baby. It was a great
Hey, look at us. Look at us now. Look at us.
That was a good line.
Look at that. You see? These two, they know what they're doing.
We're allowed to stay.
So do you want to go Mason and Ireland sound
Let's
first?
talk, hold on. So let's talk about Luka real quick. So, I mean, Luka is on an
Hell
incredible
yeah.
tear. It's funny. Two things that because you went to break real quick. So can I just put a quick bow on the baseball thing and then get to Luka?
Wrap it up.
Because they kind of go hand in hand a little bit. So I was in Minnesota the other day, and I ran into A-Rod, and I was talking to him for a little bit. I was like, hey, man, you guys did a great job in the WBC, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. So we started talking about baseball for a little bit, and then he's like, yo, man, yeah, what do you think? Like, you think there's going to be a lockout? I was like, yeah, I kind of think. He's like, man, that would be terrible with the momentum. So, like, even someone like him, right, who works in baseball, tangentially, right, as a broadcaster these days, like, they're worried in a big way about this lockout. Now, he did not blame the Dodgers by any stretch of the imagination. He just, if anything, I think, his opinion was more broad that, like, everybody has kind of a hand in this. But it was interesting that even he brought it up to me, like, what do you think? And I'm like, yeah, I think. And he's like, yeah, it looks, hopefully not. He's like, because the momentum would suck. So anyway, now transitioning to basketball, since he's now the basketball owner of the T-Wolves. Back to Luka. So a lot of conversations over the last couple of days I've had with people, whether it was there or just, people over the phone or whatever, about the MVP race. And just kind of where everybody fits, right? And I think everyone, for the most part, still thinks it's Shea's award to lose, right? But there are two guys gaining some level of momentum. One a little more than the other, right? Wemby for sure is gaining a tremendous amount of momentum, okay? And
he's campaigning for it, by the way.
Well, because he's a maniac, and he wants to. I've told you this before. This kid is awesome. He wants to win everything, like everything and anything. He wants to win it. So, like, he wants to be the greatest player of all time. Like, this is not you don't hear 21-year-olds say it so matter-of-factly like this is the standard I hold myself to, right? It's not like he's saying, "Oh, I'm the best," and it's the way he does it. It's I have a standard I want to hold myself to because of the expectations that are put on me from, the beginning of my career, blah, 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 and I want to live up to it and yada, yada. So it's not like he's bragging. It's like, hey, you guys put these expectations on me? All right, then I got to live up to them, right? Which is a really refreshing take, especially for a 22-year-old, okay? So there's that. I mean, and when you look at what they've done, I mean, they've over-indexed in a huge way. Like, no one expected them to be this. Like, I think we all expected reasonably that they would be a playoff team, but I don't think anyone thought they'd be this, like the second-best team in the Western Conference. And he's been unbelievable. Now, remember, at the beginning of the season, I told you, Cappy, I said if there was a bet I would make on the board, it would be Wemby winning both Defensive Player of the Year, which I thought was a lock, and then MVP as long as he played the requisite amount of games. Now, he's got a shot at it. And I remember the number back then was like insane. It was like, I don't know, it was like plus something, a couple thousand or something like that, because it just hasn't been done that many times. So he's got a legit shot at it. So there's that. But Luka has also made some real strides because of the insane tear that he's on. Now, I don't think he's in the same category as the other two. Like, Shea is kind of I would say a clear favorite at the moment, but Wemby is kind of gaining on him. Luka has put himself at least into the picture. I don't think that he is by any stretch of the imagination the favorite. I think that if I were voting today, and obviously I have one of these votes, I would have him third. And I don't think that that's any. I think the fact that he has vaulted himself into that top three really speaks volumes as to how good he's been, because, I think I had him in previous iterations of this kind of like fourth or fifth, probably fifth. There was one iteration I didn't have him at all in there because of the way, other guys were playing. And to me, the conversation surrounds those three guys, Shea, Wemby, Luka. And then, Joker's going to be in there just because of his numbers are just always insane. And I think Jaylen Brown of the Celtics deserves real credit here for keeping the Celtics afloat in the 2 seed before Jason Tatum even arrived, right? And really, taking his game to a different level, even though he was already a Finals MVP. But to me, those are the 5. And I would say Luka, to me, in my opinion, a clear-cut third at the moment. But this notion that that he doesn't belong in the conversation, I would dismiss. I think he belongs in the conversation. I think he'd have to literally average like 40 or 50 points, even continuing moving forward. I know he's done it for the last, whatever it is, 9-10 games or whatever it is, but he'd probably have to finish the season averaging well over 40 points a game to kind of climb even further. I don't know if I see that necessarily. And those other two would have to fall down a peg. But he deserves a lot of credit for what he's been able to accomplish this season.
Look, I think that going into the season, Shea is the favorite because he plays on the championship team, and he's the leader, and he's the guy, and he was the guy last year. And so that he's going in as a favorite. He's in the preseason rankings, he's number 1, right? And then number 2, with Victor, you say that a lot of people didn't think they'd be here this quickly because everybody thinks that the NBA is about climbing. Hey, this year you made it to this round of the playoffs. Next year you made it to this round of the playoffs. You know what? You're finally ready now to make a championship run. Well, they're what you might say are ahead of schedule, but Wembanyama is such a unique talent. And it's not just because of his height. Now, that is by far and away an overwhelming situation. His height is so much greater than everybody else's unless you're playing against a Chet Holmgren. Otherwise, there's really nobody who can compete with him. But it's not just purely the height, George, as you know better than we do. It's the skill set. It's the athleticism. It's the fact that we've never really seen a player of his size and his build move the way he does. We thought that Kevin Durant was a very unique player at 7 feet tall that can shoot from the outside, but Wembanyama is even more spectacular based on his size and the way the guy moves. But you have San Antonio that is only 2 games back of Oklahoma City, and Wembanyama is obviously the focal point. That's why Shea and Wemby are the 2 guys. The reason that Luka has obviously skyrocketed up the charts is because nobody had an expectation that the Lakers would be in the position that they're in right now. Nobody saw a 9-game winning streak coming. Nobody saw Luka going off for 40 night after night after night with this type of consistency. So there's no doubt that everybody that is in the NBA that talks about this race has it as Shea, Wemby, and Luka right there. Is he going to win MVP? Not likely, but he's going to be in the top 3 because he has led the Lakers to a place where people did not think the Lakers would be this season.
So John and Mace were having this conversation yesterday, and I was listening to it. I was in the car coming back from the airport, and I thought they did a great job. And then John mentioned something that I was just like, oh. Like, I get it, man. Like, I get what he's trying to say here. He has been better on defense. But John made a bold statement that I can't agree with.
I've heard him say it many times, by the way. This is not new.
Let's take – it was the first time I've heard it. So, yeah, but I'm sure he has. Let's take a quick listen to it.
I heard somebody say it this morning that Luka plays no defense. It's not true. Watch the games. He's getting a couple of steals every game. He's a willing defense. Is he ever going to be
top 10 in steals?
Top 10 in steals. Is he ever going to be all defense? Probably not.
No.
But is it right to say that he's on a short list of worst defenders in the NBA? Not anymore.
He's also top 10 in defensive rebounds.
Well, if you look at his defensive metrics, he's comparable to Amen Thompson and to Jaden McDaniels in Minnesota. Both have been on the all-defense team before.
Sure.
I'm not saying Luka should be on the all-defense team, but if you're trying to sell me that Luka plays no defense, none, that he shouldn't be the MVP because he only plays one side of the ball, that is factually incorrect.
Okay, and that's where I have an issue with the back end of that, of like, I don't know what metrics he's using to compare him to Jaden McDaniels and Amen Thompson, but he's not even in the same stratosphere as those two guys. And again, this is not to bash Luka, but it's really just like, I'm going to give you something that really is telling about Luka's defense and how much more how much better he still could be, because the numbers on defense are still not good. They're better than what they were. He was literally one of the worst defenders, but now he's like, he's not the worst defender, but he's still not a good defender. I would even say he's not even an average defender yet. And I'll explain why on the other side. And we'll get back to the Dodgers as well.
Actually, let's talk about the wellness company now, Cappy, as we approach 8 o'clock.
Hey, George, listen to me. I know that your kids go to school, and when they're around other kids, they bring things home, and then before you know it, you could get the cold, you get the flu. Doctors say the worst cold and flu season in the last 25 years. That's why I ordered, and I'm encouraging everybody else to order, the medical emergency kit. I was telling Beto all about it yesterday. Having a medical emergency kit in your home is like having an urgent care pharmacy right there, which means, like I've told you guys this before, you've gotten sick and you're like, hey, gosh, I really need a Z-Pack. And you know you're a grown-up. You know you need a Z-Pack. You know that a Z-Pack is going to knock this out in 2 seconds, but you don't have a doctor buddy to call. You got to go through all the processes, man, to get a hold of your doctor. And then by that time, you got to go to urgent care. Then you got to stand in line in the pharmacy. And, all of a sudden it takes a lot of time when you could have been taking that Z-Pack right away and you could be on your road to recovery. So what happens is when you order the medical emergency kit, you're going to get essential prescriptions. I mentioned a Z-Pack is one of them, but there's also important antibiotics that treat pneumonia, strep throat, things like that, ear infections, things that you can have in your home. And then you don't have to wait around. And you can just get on your medication right away, which means you're going to start feeling better faster. And I'm telling you right now, every person listening should have one of these in their home, the medical emergency kit. Now, here's the best part of it all. We're going to save you $45 right now when you use our promo code. It's 710. But here's the website, urgentcarekit.com/710. urgentcarekit.com/710. We're going to save you $45. You use our promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710. And I'm telling you right now, everybody listening, if you get sick, you want to get better as fast as you possibly can. That's why you go to urgentcarekit.com/710. You use our promo code 710. You save $45. Let's get you all hooked up with that urgent care kit and that medical emergency kit that I now have in my house.
8 o'clock at KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show back in 3.5 minutes. We will pay off Sedano's teas next.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Hey, it's producer Laura, joined by Jerry, the founder of Amor Salsita. And on my carne asada, listen, the food always matters. And girl, lately, the star of our table has been Amor Salsita.
That's exactly why we created it. Fresh, authentic salsas meant to be shared with the people we love.
And if you want a great pairing, sweet heat mango habanero with some fish tacos is a must.
My favorites are the hatch avocado mixed with the salsa roja. It's bomb.
Visit amorsalsita.com and grab Amor Salsita at Albertsons, Vaughn's, or Pavilions in the produce department.
Amor Salsita, the heart of every table.
Cappy, when I walked into the Vision Works Brea store, I immediately thought, this is too easy.
I know. And the frames are organized by shape and by price, so you don't have to go digging around. Now, Chris, I had the same experience at VisionWorks in Santa Ana.
Seriously, why go anywhere else but VisionWorks? Their 100-day guarantee gives you peace of mind, so if you change your mind, for any reason, just bring them back.
Buy one, get one free.
Simple scheduling, simple shopping. VisionWorks makes it simple.
Los Angeles, if you missed out on any action this past season, don't make the same mistake. Secure your spot in the Rams house for 2026. Watch every home game next year with big-time matchups against the Bills, Chiefs, Cowboys, and Packers. In addition, enjoy home playoff ticket access, interest-free monthly payment plans, and stadium event pre-sale access. Visit therams.com/2026. Again, that is therams.com/2026. Don't miss out on any of next season's action. Get your Rams season tickets today.
8:02 in the morning. Happy Friday. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. This is the Savannah Bananas official theme song called Fans First. And let me tell you about this from our friends at Visit Anaheim. The Savannah Bananas are bringing their world-famous banana ball back to Angel Stadium tonight and tomorrow. But the party of the Savannah Bananas, it's taken over the entire city. It's the Bananaheim Challenge. Get that? The Bananaheim Challenge. Here's what you need to do this weekend. Go to visitanaheim.org/bananas. You can win fabulous prizes to Disneyland. You can win Savannah Bananas merch. You can win great food prizes all weekend long. You could just have to do this Bananaheim Challenge scavenger hunt. It's all free, and it's citywide in the city of Anaheim. The Savannah Bananas are bringing it to the city of Anaheim. Go to visitanaheim.org/bananas. The Bananaheim Challenge. Visitanaheim.org/bananas. Look at that. We love the Savannah Bananas. Meanwhile, we also love when Sedano talks Luka. That's next. 2 minutes from right now on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Friday on ESPN LA.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1482. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Bundling your home and auto with Progressive could help you save without sacrificing quality. It's the smart thing to do. And as a hockey fan, you always know the smart thing to do.
Shoot the puck!
And you let the players know it.
Shoot the puck!
All game.
Shoot it! Come on, shoot!
And sometimes even after.
Man, rough game, huh?
Yeah, they should have shot the puck.
So bundle your home and auto with Progressive. It's the smart thing to do. But you already knew that. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Yeah, this is my philosophy. This is mine.
So I don't like your filosofia.
No like.
George Sedano, Scott Kaplan.
No me gusta.
No me gusta la filosofía.
No me gusta la filosofía.
More Sedano and Cap right now.
8:05 in the morning. Good morning. Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Friday. Tomorrow, March 28th, the 60th birthday of Salt from Salt and Pepper. I said pepper, didn't I?
Yeah.
Salt and Pepper.
Come on, bro.
Cheryl Salt James turned 60 years old tomorrow. Meanwhile, I just went into our streaming room behind us, the YouTube room, and Carvo's out today. So it's Tim and Brooke in there, and they are sitting in one cheek in there. They're sitting on one cheek because they are so scared. And I looked at them like, guys, it's all going to be okay. They're like, is everything okay? Or are you guys really mad at each other? I go, half and half, but we're good. We're still going to smile and have fun. But it's like two kids that just watched mom and dad throw dishes at each other for an hour.
Hey, guys, listen, it's kind of like this. You watch your favorite sports team, and the coach and the quarterback have an argument on the sideline, and you're like, oh, my God. Or how about the time that Luka was walking off the floor and JJ tried to grab his hand, and he wasn't having it. And then everybody's like, oh, my God, there's trouble with the Lakers. Luka and JJ don't get along. Me and Chris are, well, and I guess George and Chris are. Well, and I guess Bergie and Chris are. And actually, I kind of think of it like Lindsay and, you know, yeah, we just all fight with Chris all the time. It's okay, guys. It's all in love.
So you're trying to get me to throw a dish at you again. I'm not going to do it.
So is Briones like Vando trying to like step in the way of everybody?
Hey, guys, no, Briones is the kind of guy, he just is like, listen, he dances on me. You know what I mean?
He's Switzerland.
He puts the tuchus all over me, you know?
Tomorrow is also Derek Carr's 35th birthday.
Oh, Derek Carr. Give us your Derek Carr impersonation.
Hey, man, I'll tell you right now, I'd like to go back to the Raiders. Tell you, I'll go back to the Raiders right now. I come out of retirement, and I'll teach that little Mendoza a little something.
Mendoza.
I don't know what his deal is.
See, now I'm happy. That was good.
He's only 35. He's still pretty young, you know, all things considered.
Yeah, right. He's got 10 more years. I mean, if Tom Brady played till 45, why can't Derek Carr? Oh, that's why. Quick point of information. Is that song still for Tom Brady? Is that still a Dracula thing for Tom Brady, or does that now work for Puka Nakua too? Ooh, is that too soon? My bad.
Wow. Too soon. Way too soon.
Well, I'm off the hook for today now. That'll be a different email that comes out of the Home Office.
There's no DocuSign for you, Doc.
Still reading. It's a long-ass contract.
It is.
When you have all those Sedano clauses in there.
Oh, my God, George.
17 pages in this radio one.
Clause 42.3b, Section
Holy
A.
moly.
When you just said
Need to
that
be in
you
first class.
Well, that I already passed. I already got through that one.
You say you were reading this, and it's really, really long. I didn't realize you were reading the contract. I thought you were reading Jeff Passan's article today.
Oh, well, both are long, I'm sure.
It is Ramona-esque. You know what I'm saying?
That's
it is
what
long.
he does. He does very well, the long form stuff.
he loves that stuff. Yeah.
He brings out, though, something, in my opinion. We'll talk to Jeff coming up in a little bit. But when he talks about the penalties in the collective bargaining agreement, which is really, you know, these are the things that are designed so that baseball teams won't go absolutely crazy spending. It's like, yeah, well, the Dodgers don't care. They'll pay those fines. They don't mind.
Jeff Passan at 8:30 this morning, but where we left off was Sedano leaving us with the tease.
Oh, yeah. So you know, we were talking about Luka and his MVP candidacy, which I think he's third right now. And look, even Mason and Ireland kind of felt that way when I listened to them yesterday, right? That third is a good place for him. I think there are people trying to make the case he shouldn't be third. I'm okay with that. Like, I would vote him there. Like, I think he's legit, like, again, a real top three candidate in this situation. But let's listen to John's commentary, because John really took exception. And you, Cappy, say that he said this multiple times about Luka's defense. And again, while Luka is playing better defense this year than he's played in a while, he's at least engaged for, possessions. I think John took it a step too far. Go ahead.
I heard somebody say it this morning that Luka plays no defense. It's not true. Watch the games. He's getting a couple of steals every game. He's a willing defense. Is he ever going to be
top 10 in steals?
Top 10 in steals. Is he ever going to be all defense? Probably not.
No.
But is it right to say that he's on a short list of worst defenders in the NBA? Not anymore.
He's also top 10 in defensive rebounds.
Well, if you look at his defensive metrics, he's comparable to Amen Thompson and to Jaden McDaniels in Minnesota, both who've been on the all-defense team before.
Sure.
I'm not saying Luka should be on the all-defense team, but if you're trying to sell me that Luka plays no defense, none, that he shouldn't be the MVP because he only plays one side of the ball, that is factually incorrect.
Look, so what I would say is, let's talk. So I looked this up. So I was trying to find a metric that John is right about. So John's not wrong per se in one aspect. Luka is, and by the way, all right, let's just do this. All right, Luka's candidacy.
I can't imagine what is boiling inside of you right now.
No, it's not about boiling. It's about look. John is being a good politician here. Okay, like and I understand it. Like I get it. If you're trying to make the case for him, this is the case I would make too. So Luka is allowing 0.84 points per possession in isolation this year. Okay, and that is in the same category as Amen Thompson and Jaden McDaniels. But what I would also say is that Luka is also that's like cherry picking like one thing, right? He's also not in isolation as much as you'd think he'd be. At least in the regular season, JJ has done a much better job. That's why he's sprinkled in the zone as much as he has. JJ has done a really good job of helping him in a lot of ways. So it's rare that he's actually in isolation. So again, he's not wrong, but it's not necessarily completely painting the proper picture, is what I would say.
And it's not putting in who he's guarding to in isolation.
Correct. He's generally, to your point, Greg, great point. He's generally put on the worst offensive player. Okay. So there's that. Now, Emily is right. He is top 10 in steals, 1.6 steals per game. He ranks 7th. He's done a better job this year of drawing charges, which I will give him credit for. Now, he's not Austin, but he's done a better job. He's put himself in a better position in drawing charges this year. And look, there are a lot of reasons for Luka to be an MVP candidate, but I would say the overwhelming majority of them are on offense, right? He leads the league in scoring. Mm-hmm. He's one of 4 players in the NBA averaging 7 assists and 7 rebounds per game this season. The others are Jokic, Jalen Johnson, and Josh Giddey. When Luka's on the floor, the Lakers have 119 offensive efficiency rating, which would be 2nd in the NBA. When he's off the floor, they would rank 26th as a team. So there's a million, reasons why you would want Luka, but defense is not one of them. Okay. So Luka Doncic allows a field goal percentage of 48% this is the point. The isolation metric can be toyed with. Okay. This one cannot. When he is the closest defender this season, okay, he's allowing 48%. Okay. Now, to qualify for this ranking, you'd have to at least be in that situation 500 shot attempts, okay? Because that gives a large enough sample size over the course of an entire season. Now, Cappy, there are 157 players, okay, who have allowed at least 500 shots, which, of course, if you're playing a lot of minutes, that's about a third of the league, basically, okay? Mm-hmm. So a third of the league has played enough minutes where they could allow 500 shots, which is a vast sample size, right? Where do you think Luka ranks out of 157 players?
156?
No. I just said before we teased that he's not the worst anymore.
Oh, well, I said he's not the worst. That's why I gave him 156 out of 157. Come on.
So he's 115th, which is still not good, okay? It's the bottom third.
Right.
So, that's kind of the thing. He's still not a good defender. When he's the closest guy, he's still one of the worst defenders in the sport. Okay,
but George,
he's not the worst, but he's nowhere near even average. Yeah. Okay, so that's why I'm saying, when you at the very least, Shea defends. Okay, Wemby is the best defensive player in the sport. Okay, so that's the biggest difference. So, while John is right that you can say, well, Luka is not the worst defender in the sport, or he doesn't defend at all. Yeah, of course, you can't take it to that extreme, but he's not good. He's not even average. So, like, again, like when you're having this conversation about him defensively, there's still an incredible amount of growth that he can still have if he so chooses to. Okay. And he has chosen to play a tiny smidge more defense, which is so noticeable that he's gone from one of the worst, because last year he would have been, Cappy, to your point, probably 156th. If I recall correctly, he was like in the bottom 5 to 10 in that category last year. And now he's 115th out of 157, which is still not good by any stretch of the imagination.
No,
so
but-
like that was kind of my point with John. Like I kind of rolled my eyes. So I was like, I was like, I get what he's doing. He's being a good politician, as he should be in this scenario. But Luka is not a good defender by almost any real metric that measures real tangible defense for a good length or amount of time.
Yeah, but you said it, that Luka has played better defensively over the course of the last 11 games. I'm using 11 because they won the first 9. They lost number 10. They came back and won 11. So in winning 10 of the last 11 games, not only has Luka been so incredibly prolific on the offensive side, whether it was the 60-point game down in Miami or a 40-point game night after night after night, he's been so good on the offensive end. And even if he's just a little bit better on the defensive end, it is so obvious to the naked eye. You don't have to do a full statistical analysis to figure out that Luka has played better defense. Now, here's one of the major reasons why. Because he's actually getting back on defense. And you know why he's doing
we're
that?
literally giving him credit for just a little bit of effort. And that
well,
to me,
there's more to it. But there's more. There's
but
more
I think that his greatness deserves to be. He should be doing. It should be more than just a little bit of effort. Is what
right.
I would say.
But here's the thing. So about 3 weeks ago, this is before the Lakers went on this winning streak. What was the conversation around Luka? Today, the conversation is about him as an MVP candidate and him playing a better brand of defense. But back up 3 weeks ago, if you can remember, what was the national conversation surrounding Luka? Do you remember?
It was
arguing? The arguing. That's exactly right. And
which
so,
he still kind of does.
but maybe not quite as much, okay?
No, right.
Because here's where J.J. Redick.
Well, he did get into a Yamama conversation with one of the Magic players.
And you know what? That's different than getting into a spar with the referees.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when two players are talking crap back and forth to each other, that's just very different than when you're going after the referees because every single play you think you were fouled on.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. Yeah. This is where I'm going to give J.J. Redick a ton of credit. We talk about LeBron making adjustments to his game for the good of the team. Somebody, I'm going to presume it was JJ, got to Luka and made an appeal to him, I assume, that, hey, dude, every single time that you are arguing with referees, the other team is on the power play on the other end of the floor.
100%.
And while you're down here barking and complaining to the referees, you know what you're not doing? You're not even
in the picture.
You're not in the picture. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So even if you are just on the defensive end of the floor and it's 5v5 rather than a power play for the other team, that is going to help your defensive metrics in some way just because you're on the defensive end of the floor. But what I'm getting at is this. We all give LeBron a ton of credit, and understandably so. He's made some adjustments to his game for the good of the team.
Yeah.
Somebody has gotten to Luka and said, hey, you cannot be arguing with referees on this end while your team is down a man on the other end. And so just from the naked eye, without a statistical analysis, he's playing a better brand of defense because he's playing on the defensive end.
Well, he's present, to your point.
That's
the people
right.
in Dallas used to say, we just need him to play a couple of seconds. You know what I mean? To be engaged for a couple of seconds. And he's doing the minimum, which is great because, there was plenty of complaints that he wasn't doing that. But again, I just want to push back on I want to push back on that this notion that he's like even an average defender.
Well,
like
but
not.
you know what John Ireland did brilliantly? And you point out that John, as the voice of the Lakers, should be hyping Luka.
Sure.
There's no doubt about it. Of course he should.
No,
be.
I'm not arguing against that part of it at
he
all.
should. That's exactly what he should be doing.
Correct.
When a coach is trying to talk the selection committee into putting their team into the NCAA basketball tournament as an at-large berth, they're politicking. They're speaking on behalf of their program. John is the voice of the Lakers, and as such, he should be promoting the Lakers' best player in the MVP conversation. There's no doubt. But what John really did so well is he mic dropped on everybody. You know how you say that's a lazy take? When you say that's a lazy take to somebody, that's it. It's over. You've mic dropped on them. Your take is just so lazy we can't even hear the rest of it. What John did so well is he said, Luka is playing much better defense. I'll pick a statistic to prove my point. And by the way, watch the games. It's like saying to everybody, if you don't think Luka's playing better defense, you ain't even watching.
Right, but what I would say is if you're watching, you will know that this metric I gave you, if you're watching the games, you know he's giving up plenty of these. He's giving up these shots, and he's giving up a high percentage of them. Like that. That's my pushback on the argument.
But you understand what he's saying is that you don't understand the game. You're not watching. And even if you are watching, you don't even know what you're looking at because Luka is playing significantly better defense.
And that's my point of contention is I'm watching and I can see it, and then I looked it up, and this is exactly what it is. He's a bottom third defender still.
Maybe so, but I will just say this. Give Luka this credit. Not only has he been as great offensively and in this 10 or 11 game stretch, certainly the best we've seen of him, and we've only gotten him, day in and day out for a year and a half. He's been so spectacular offensively, and to his credit, I notice less barking at the referees.
Sure, no, agreed.
And some greater effort on the defensive end of the floor. Give him credit for that.
Right. So what I would say is I will give him credit from being a bottom 10% defender to being a bottom 30% defender now. That is an improvement, but I don't think it's – I think we should hold him to a higher standard is what I would say because of his greatness.
Well, listen, a few weeks ago we were willing to say he doesn't have to play defense. This is why you build a team around him to play defense because
in the regular season, but in the playoffs he's going to have to defend because that's where this is what it's going to boil down to. And it's interesting because while I've been dismissive of Minnesota and Houston, the Minnesota part, they think, Cappy, that they can just turn it on. And you know what? When I look at those bodies up close and their length and their athleticism, maybe they can. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've been wrong about them in recent weeks.
What?
And maybe they can. I think it's too hard to do that when you're not a championship-level team and you're just a notch below, and they are a notch below a championship-level team. But they believe that they can turn it on defensively in a way that they have not shown this season, and I guess we'll see.
8:23 on a Friday. The Sedano and Kaplan Morning Show. We don't need to leave. We just need to take a little timeout, like 1 minute.
Because Passan's coming, right?
Well, yeah, we
got
to
talk Dodgers with him.
Yeah, but we can reset Dodgers here. We don't need to We don't need to take a timeout till about 8:27. So let's talk about our friend Jacob Emrani here for 60 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's do that because, Cappy, it's Friday. Everyone's trying to wrap up the week. The job site's slowing down. They don't slow down, actually. But if you're hurt at work, especially in construction, it can turn into a mess with paperwork, people pointing fingers. No, you did it. No, that happened to you. That was because of you. Mm-hmm. And you're dealing with a work injury or a construction accident. It's very simple if you're dealing with any of this. Call Jacob Emrani, Cap.
Right, because they can explain all of your options and what are the next steps. So you're going to get this free consultation. It's a no-obligation case review, and this is probably the most important thing because if you're that guy that's on that construction site and you got hurt and you're worried, well, how the hell am I going to pay for a lawyer? No fees unless you win. You understand what I'm saying? No fees unless you win. So don't guess your way through it. You just get a hold of Jacob and Ronnie.
Yeah, make that call before you say or sign anything. 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789. After any kind of accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Thank you so much, Shin. Why don't we set up Dodgers here for a few moments?
Yeah. Now, Bergie, is there anything you'd really want? Like, I'm reading. I've read the past. Well, I haven't finished reading it, but I've read most of the past.
You'll be able to finish it by next week. Don't worry.
Yeah. I've read a good chunk of it here. I stopped reading I stopped combing through my contract and reading Passan's, which may be longer than that. Actually,
I told you. That's why I tried to warn you.
Yes, and then what are some things you'd want to ask Passan? Like, what are the things to you that are most important, both in the micro with the Dodgers and then in the macro about his story, about kind of the big picture of where it all lands with Major League Baseball and an impending doom, as they call it, with a potential lockout. So
in the micro, I'd probably want to get into the pitching staff, because the pitching staff, while it still it seems like it's great. We went into the offseason thinking, oh, we're going to have like 10 guys on this pitching staff, and now you have Roki Sasaki, who's kind of lost. I think that would be where I would start, is with Roki Sasaki. But what is he seeing from it? Is it something that he can overcome, or is it something where he's going to have to go down to the minor leagues? Because at this point, it seems like he looks lost. He just can't find the plate, and he's walking a lot of guys. I think in the macro sense of it, what they're going to do, if really like at the trade deadline, this team typically finds a guy in the trade deadline, like a spot that they need. What he thinks the Dodgers will need when they get to that point, and will they go after somebody big, knowing that there's this impending lockout, or will they to try and grandfather them in, or will they just kind of stay set with what they have?
Ooh, micro macro questions. Good job, Bird.
A little bit of both.
Part. Yeah.
Nice job, Bird. Way to go,
so
micro
Cappy,
and
here's the
macro.
deal. You handle the macro for
Okay.
Bergie.
Yeah.
I'll handle the micro. I think we'll start micro with Jeff, because the macro, we can kind of, rapid fire a couple of questions in the micro for him, and then we can get into the macro, which will be a much larger discussion.
Jeff Passan will join us in about 2.5 minutes from right now on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Friday. It's a Cosm Ticket Friday. Here's this telephone number, 213-799-0139. Right now, caller number 7 wins a 4-pack of GA tickets to watch the Elite 8 at Cosm this Saturday at 3 p.m. Can you imagine a better place in the world than at Cosm, Los Angeles, to watch the Elite 8 and all the college basketball action? Caller number 7 right now, 213-799-0139. Catch every moment of the tournament on Cosm's immersive shared reality displays. Caller 7, you win a 4-pack of GA tickets to watch the Elite 8 at Cosm this Saturday at 3 p.m. onward from Cosm Los Angeles and ESPN LA, 710. Jeff Passan from ESPN joins us in 2.5 minutes right now on a Friday on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Providence. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
John Ireland here. Are you sore? If you are active, you work out, play golf, tennis, soccer, football, basketball. Are you a runner? Do you bike or exercise regularly? If you do, you need this recovery product. Go to this website, iSpotActive.com. iSpotActive.com. They make compression wear with pockets. It's wearable. Ice cryotherapy. The long sleeve shirt has 8 flexible gel packs that fit in pockets, upper back, lower back, elbows. It's form fitting, moisture wicking, doesn't stick to your body. There's no polyester to make you sweat. If you love to do what you do what you love with iSpot Active. Go to that website, iSpotActive.com. iSpot Active is giving 25% off their wearable cryotherapy gear with the coupon code LA710. No more strapping on ice bags or trips to the cryo place where you got to drop $50 every time you do it. Ice and go. Get yours today. You won't be sorry at iSpotActive.com.
My boss told me to have a good day, so I left work at 2 p.m. for happy hour. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Get tickets now for alt rock legend Everclear, performing exclusively at Morongo, April 4th.
Number 2.
March Hoops Mania at Morongo. Watch college hoops everywhere you eat, stay, and play.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Cadillac Escalade IQL the 29th. Earn entries now playing your favorite games.
Morongo, good times.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports.
That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is on.
Don't roll your eyes. George, every time you say to me, don't put words in my mouth, that's not what I said. Why do you do that to me?
Okay, hold on. George Sedano, Scott Kaplan. More Sedano and Cap right now.
8:30, good morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Feel Good Friday. Jeff Passan will join us in moments, but tomorrow, Lady Gaga, Cappy, turns 40 years old.
Really?
Really, that's true.
That's it? Only 40, huh?
Yeah, well, you know.
She was very young.
Boy, she is a star.
A big star.
Right.
A mega star. Much like our next guest who joins us, the one and only Jeff Passan from ESPN LA. You know when Jeff Passan's coming on, it's to talk amazing goodness about baseball and the Dodgers.
I like how you credentialized him into ESPN LA. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he's also he's also bilingual. He speaks Espanol, much better than you, Cappy. But we can get to that another time.
Hey,
yes,
baseball
buenos días,
necesitan
Jeff Passan.
baseball. Sí.
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Oh, muy bien, gracias. Hey, so we got a lot of things we want to discuss, including this story you've got up on ESPN.com right now. But before we get into the macro, we want to talk micro just for a little bit. When I watched yesterday's game, and this will eventually lead into our macro conversation at some point, but man, it feels like even if you're Zach Gallen, right, and you're looking good through 3+ innings or whatever, and you've got the Dodgers off balance. They just have so many great players, right, that they come at you in waves that you can't survive for long enough. It feels like if you're the opposing pitcher against this lineup, you're just trying to tread water and get through it because eventually the floodgates open and that's it. You're going to drown. But how do you view this newer look lineup of the Dodgers?
I mean, is it newer look? They have Kyle Tucker in there, but aside from that, this is essentially the same team that they're running back from last year. More or less the same team they're running back from 2 years ago, and both of those teams won the World Series. So that tells you just how difficult an ask this is for any pitcher facing them. I mean, the Dodgers, it didn't even feel like yesterday they were all that explosive. They got a couple of home runs, one from Will Smith, and then Andy Pages, who, if he turns into what Dave Roberts thinks he's going to, that was his pick to click at the end of spring training, Andy Pages. And if he can be a 30+ homer plus defensive center fielder, and you add that on top of the best player in the world at the top of your lineup, your $60 million a year free agent hitting second, your future Hall of Famers in the 3-hole and 4-hole, and Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, who's arguably the best catcher in the American League in the 5-hole, and then the rest of the team where Dave Roberts has the leisure of rotating in and out guys who have great platoon splits. I mean, it's absurd. It's an absurd array of talent, and there's a reason that the Dodgers are favorites to the extent that they are, overwhelmingly so, in a sport that typically does not have a team with a 30+% chance of winning the World Series going into a season.
Yeah, but Jeff, you talk about like how absurd the lineup is. When you think about the pitching side, how absurd it might ultimately be, because Sasaki has been off to a kind of a rough spring for him, and it was a rough first year for him. And you've got a guy now like Blake Snell who hasn't started the season with the team. You've got a bunch of guys in the bullpen that are not really back quite yet. And then all of a sudden you find this gem in a guy like Will Klein, who becomes a World Series hero last year and gets that kind of applause when he shows up out of the bullpen yesterday. So for all of the greatness of the lineup, think about what this pitching staff might be, and they're not even close to full strength right now, right?
I think the thing that might epitomize the Dodgers more than anything is a guy like River Ryan, who in any other organization would be in the starting rotation, would be a central and fundamental piece. And with the Dodgers, it's like, we got River Ryan there if we need it. That's what they've done. That's how they've leveraged this money that they have, which is an enormous advantage. I don't want to discount that at all, because I think doing so would be looking past what money can buy you. But I think a lot of people look at it the wrong way. They look at it like money got them Ohtani. No, they paid the same for Shohei Ohtani that others were willing to. He just wanted to go there. I look at all the different contracts that they've gotten. Kyle Tucker, the Mets were in almost the exact same vicinity. $225 million as opposed to $240, but with a larger signing bonus, with less deferred money, or not deferred money, but more money up front. It's not just that, though. It's the fact that the Dodgers have the ability to buy depth, and that was a tenet of Andrew Friedman's when he was with Tampa Bay Rays, and he's been with the Dodgers for more than a decade now. And I think in that decade, the way that they have adopted all of the best things about the Rays and combine that with all of the best things about the New York Yankees, late 1990s, early 2000s dynasty, that's how you end up with a juggernaut like this, by not putting all of your eggs in one basket, but understanding that you have some very fertile chickens here, and that you just want all the eggs. And guess what? You can have them if you're the Dodgers.
Jeff Passan joining us here on Sedano and Kaplan 710 ESPN. To your point about River Ryan, for those that didn't get a chance to see what he did this spring, 9 2/3 innings, a 1.86 ERA, and opponent's batting average of 161 while striking out 12 during the spring. So certainly a wealth of riches there for the Dodgers, even with someone like him, who they may not need all that much potentially, but hopefully for his sake, he gets a good number of starts. But to your point, I think that the way Andrew Fried, and I've always said, for years, I've said I think he's the smartest executive in all of sports, right? And I've gotten some grief over saying that over the years, but I feel like it's played out to be the case.
From who?
Well, more like just snarky, like, oh, he's the smartest guy, like it, and I'm like, yeah, like he is.
Yeah, but he is.
Right. Right.
That's the thing. He is. Like, you can make a very compelling argument that that's the case. And I think there are a lot of people that are not going to because of the money, and just say, yeah, it would be easy for any executive who has this much money to succeed. And to that I say, the New York Mets, they've spent at times more money than the Dodgers. And while I think the Mets are on the upswing, and you saw Carson Benz yesterday, a draft pick in a couple years ago, first rounder, debut and hit a home run. And yeah, the Mets are starting to get a farm system with him and with Nolan McLean and with Jonah Tong, and using Brandon Sproat to trade for Freddie Peralta in this offseason. They are at a point where they're getting there. The Dodgers have been there for half a decade now, and they have been able to sustain it. And that's the most impressive part of all. Like, they are drafting at the bottom of the first round, if not, even further back because of penalties incurred through CBT violations, and they're still managing to crush it. And that's a hard thing to do, man. It's a hard thing to sustain that level over the course of time that Andrew Friedman has.
But, Jeff, you talk about in your piece on ESPN.com about how it almost seems as if the Dodgers' success, and if they were to go on to win a third World Series in a row, that this could be really the downfall of baseball, which, as you point out, and I think you're exactly right, I mean, there is a whole renaissance going on with this game, whether it's TV ratings, the fame of the players, the World Baseball Classic's impact. Baseball is better and more popular than it has been in 25 or 30 years. And yet the way you pointed out is that, and maybe you could walk us through this, that the Dodgers' success could be a bigger problem for baseball.
I mean, I hope not, but you've got a litany of owners at this point who are bellyaching that they can't compete with the Dodgers. And I get it. When you have an organization that functions as well as they do, plus has the resources that they do on top of that to ensure that that functionality continues, it's tough to compete with. It is. And the gap in payrolls, it's impossible to deny that is large and problematic. When you've got the Cleveland Guardians spending $70-something million this year on their players, and you've got the Los Angeles Dodgers with penalties spending upward of $550 million, like, that doesn't scream fair. That doesn't say, well, everything's hunky-dory here. And it's not just the Guardians. It's pretty much every mid-market team out there that, as good as baseball business is going these days, these are very cash-intensive businesses. And the Dodgers cash through Guggenheim Partners and through the munificence of Mark Walter and the ownership group there has leveraged that cash into bringing guys on board, whether it's via signing bonuses or whether it's having that money available to put away in escrow for deferred salaries. The Dodgers have done an excellent job of looking at the system as it currently exists and leveraging it to the best of their abilities. And other organizations simply are not able or willing to do anything close to the same that the Dodgers are doing right now. And the question ultimately, when it comes to baseball sustainability long term and the collective bargaining agreement that's expiring December 1st, is where do you find that balance between willing and able?
Yeah.
Where can you incentivize those smaller market teams to go out and spend and try to be more like the Dodgers while not allowing the Dodgers to have these advantages that they do because their cash flow is as strong as it is?
Yeah, and here's a quote today in the LA Times from Mark Walter, the owner of the Dodgers. He said, quote, "Here's what the problem is. Money helps us win. We can't win all the time. We've got to have some parity, so we've got to come up with something that will give us some parity." So, Jeff, it sounds like Mark is very conscious and well aware of what people think about the Dodgers and how it does impact. And it's not just the Dodgers. You bring up the Mets, but how the big money teams in the big markets, how that impacts the smaller markets and the problem that it actually exists.
Yeah, it's there. The question is, how do you mitigate it? How do you fix it? How do you come up with creative solutions? And I say, how do you come up with creative solutions? Because the solution that owners want right now is a salary cap. And I just don't think that a salary cap in and of itself is the only way to address this. There are other things out there aside from saying to players, we're going to limit your ability to earn, that would be far more appealing and I think have the same sort of effect. And one thing to keep in mind, guys, a lot of this is going to go back to media rights. Baseball, if you look back at how it has made its money, like gone from a $1 billion industry to a $12, $13, $14 billion industry. It did so with the stadium boom of the 1990s, starting with Camden Yards and getting essentially municipal governments to pay for private buildings. It was really, really good from a lot of baseball teams, but you can only build so many stadiums. And so then it became local television. And that was under the plan that existed in the past where cable consumers were paying for things they didn't even know that they were paying for. And, the great unbundling has more or less killed the RSN industry. And so now it's going to be about nationalizing those rights. And the TV rights for Major League Baseball expire after the 2028 season nationally, which means all the playoffs, the World Baseball Classic, the Home Run Derby, the All-Star Game, all that's going to be up for grabs. And it's going to be a much, much more appealing product, guys, if games in the 2027 season aren't missed. And so I think Major League Baseball and owners deep down understand that they cannot screw this thing up to the point where they take the streamers and the networks and push them away. And so that, to me, at the end of the day, is going to be what this comes down to. Just how much can MLB extract without pissing off the hand that eventually is going to feed them.
Jeff Passan with us here. One last thing for you, Jeff, and thank you so much for the time. You mentioned the salary cap, and I'm with you. It doesn't solve everything, right? Is there an appetite for a salary floor?
Let's put it this way. The owner's position is a cap does not, or a floor does not come without a cap. So, could there be some sort of reverse CBT where if you don't spend to a certain level that there are penalties in place? Yeah, that would be fantastic. And I think that would do a lot to incentivizing some of those lower revenue, smaller market teams to go out and spend. But they're not going to spend in the same realm as the Dodgers. I mean, the closest thing we've seen to that is the Padres. And they have found success. They just haven't found the kind of success that they were hoping for necessarily. But the great success and the real lesson to take away from the Padres is this. They're about to sell for $1 billion more, like well over $1 billion more than Guggenheim spent to buy the Los Angeles Dodgers. Think about that. The San Diego Padres are going to sell for 60 to 70% more than the Dodgers did. And why? Because A, baseball, it turns out, is actually a good business. And B, the Padres invested in their on-field product and started drawing fans to a place at Petco Park that, frankly, is maybe the best place to watch a baseball game right now. It's an awesome environment down there, and I love what San Diego's done. And the fact that they're being rewarded, to me, illustrates that franchise values don't need to be artificially inflated by tamping down on the salaries of players. They can be naturally inflated by actually running a good functional business.
Jeff, awesome stuff, brother. Always
Well said.
appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks again for the time as always.
Thank you, boys. Appreciate you.
Right on, man.
The great Jeff Passan, who joins us during baseball season. We love him. 8:47 in the morning, the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We can unpack that in the YouTube hour at 9 o'clock and a little bit coming up in just a few moments. But, Cappy, let's talk about our friends at VisionWorks.
Well, I just put on the brand new Ferragamos, and I'll tell you right now, it is such a pleasure to
By the
drive.
way, you know what?
What?
You and Bergie, you guys are like, I don't want to say the word, but you're all about the brands. I got the VisionWorks brands. I was excited about it. It's a great glass. You're like, oh, my Ferragamos. And Bergie's are walking around here with Pradas.
I got Pradas on. Absolutely. I wear Pradas all day, every day,
now
baby.
You got both your pairs of glasses at VisionWorks, which I like.
That's right.
But you're like, oh, look
They
at my
hooked him up with-
Pradas. Oh, look
Check
at my
out that Prada.
Ferragamos.
Yeah,
Check
well,
out that
here's the
Prada.
thing. That's the beauty of VisionWorks is, number one, if you wanted like a really high-end name brand sort of a deal, you've got Ferragamo or you've got Prada. But if you're like, hey, you know what? I don't want to spend that kind of money on a frame. And by the way, I'm not so pretentious that I need Ferragamo
I'm
on
not
the
so
side of my
pretentious.
glasses. Right. Then you can get a great frame at an even better price. And all of these things from the highest of the high end to a much more affordable product, all available for you right there at VisionWorks.
And here's the thing. They got the simple scheduling. They've got the 100-day guarantee. So if you don't like your Ferragamos or your Pradas, they'll make sure it's done right. And, Lindsay, like you did it with Cappy, you can go online and know ahead what you're going to get.
You can browse all of their beautiful, stylish frames, even if, you want to call it pretentious, Cappy. I think they're beautiful. You can do that at VisionWorks.com because they have all their frames there. And then when you go to the store, they're all organized by shape and price. So if you want to, spend a little bit more cash on the fancy ones, like Berg did, then they've got that all organized for you because it's simple. Simple shopping. You can also go online, like I said, browse the frames. You can find the closest store. You can make an appointment. You can even check to see if they accept your insurance.
Well, I just appreciate you picking out these Ferragamos for me, Lindsay, and I want to
Fancy.
just encourage everybody.
The fancy Ferragamos, Cappy.
Exactly, that's right. Make sure you get that annual eye exam. Yeah, we got to check out and make sure that you can see well because I was having a really hard time seeing at night and in distance. But now that I've got these progressive glasses, one is, up top is distance, middle is more computer, down below is closer. It's not just about making sure you can see well. It's about making sure you don't have early signs of glaucoma, diabetes, hypertension, and other things. Make sure you make that appointment and see a doctor at VisionWorks.
And you're getting your tax refund. Don't blow that tax refund on chicharrones or a divorce lawyer, because Cappy and I are going to need a divorce lawyer after today's show. Spend it on your eyes, sucker. Go see our friends at VisionWorks. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We're back in 2 minutes on a Friday. Next.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Cadillac of Beverly Hills. to Beverly Hills. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Visit CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Hey, everybody, it's Cappy, and I know that a lot of people around are getting sick right now. You are not imagining this. It's real. Doctors have said this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. And listen, I was just away visiting some friends up in Mammoth, and everybody was coughing and sneezing, and I don't know about you guys. I can't get sick. I'm sure you can't get sick. So now what I've done is I've ordered a medical emergency kit. Now, when you have a medical emergency kit, it's like having an urgent care or a pharmacy right in your home. No waiting for a doctor, no hours at urgent care, no lines at a pharmacy, no co-pays. I'm telling you that you get things like a generic Z-Pack to help you get well faster and handle what are really a bunch of common and in some cases more serious illnesses. But let's get you and your family to have this care kit in your home. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in just minutes, and it's shipped to your door immediately, and we'll save you $45 when you use our promo code 710. It's urgentcarekit.com/710, urgentcarekit.com/710, and you're saving $45.
Big boy! Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in. Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
8:53, good morning. Happy Friday on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. This is the Hooray for Hollywood, also used in the Academy Awards, part of the Academy Awards, the Oscars theme song. We want to take a moment to highlight some breaking news and big news for one of our biggest partners here at ESPN LA. Yes, AEG. Of course, we are here at LA Live, the ESPN LA headquarters. And AEG owns LA Live, so they're our partners. And AEG also owns the LA Kings, our partners here at ESPN LA. Yesterday, the breaking news, you saw the press release from our friend Michael Roth, the Vice President of Communications. And by the way, Cappy, he's the guy that gets you on the ice when it's wintertime, the great Michael Roth. And Todd Goldstein, the Chief Revenue Officer here at AEG. The Oscars are coming to LA Live. Wow, starting in 2029, the Oscars will spend the next 10 years from 2029 all the way through 2039. The Oscars ceremony will be held in the venue currently known as Peacock Theater. Huge.
Wow. That's
huge.
A big deal.
Moving from the Kodak in Hollywood to LA Live in 2029 for the 101st Oscars. And little did you know that we'll all be putting on tuxedos.
Okay.
Going to the Oscars. Cappy on the red carpet, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Cappy on the red carpet?
Oh, I can't wait. Who are you wearing?
You should bring Lil Cappy.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I'm going to be like the new Joan Rivers on the red carpet. Look at you. Look how beautiful you are. Oh my God, you're beautiful. Who are you wearing? Oh my God, look at you.
So we're very excited for Todd Goldstein, the Chief Revenue Officer. He's also going to join me on an upcoming episode of our Meet the Partners podcast so we can talk about how he pulled this off, how AEG stole the Oscars from Hollywood and brought it to downtown Los Angeles at LA Live.
I'm telling you right now, this Joan Rivers impression is finally going to come in handy. Hey, look who's coming down the red carpet. Look at this. Hey, it's Prince Charles. We've got royalty here. Look at those ears. They're like satellite dishes connected to his head. Look at this. I mean, I'm gonna break it out.
Congratulations, our friends here at AEG and LA Live. We can't wait for Oscar night in 2029 here at the Peacock Theater. When we come back on the Sedano and Cat Morning Show, we'll unpack everything that Jeff Passan and the boys talked about. Plus, Sam Boney will talk for 20 minutes nonstop about that AEG product, the LA Kings. That's all ahead on a Friday. The Rich Eisen Show begins terrestrially at the top of the hour. We move over to YouTube and the app. But by the way, we don't move over because we start there, sucker. But that 200 number I yelled about early, that becomes bigger, Cappy. Next on ESPN LA.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. Everyone loves the new 2026 Toyota Electric BZ XLE that has a range of over 300 miles. You can drive one away on a 36-month lease with any old free and clear trade-down for only $239 a month. That's a $36,000 car that needs no gas. No cash required. Just drive any old car, truck, or van you own outright in the Wonders Toyota or Northridge Toyota and drive out with a $239 lease payment.
2026 Toyota BZ XLE FWD. Offer good on any BZ model in stock with an MSRP under $36,650. Over 10 to choose from. Lease excludes tax, title, license, and dealer fees.
Hey, it's Mace here for Cosm. And March Madness isn't meant to be watched. It's meant to be experienced. At Cosm, you're not just watching, you're in the game, wall to wall, LED, every dunk, every buzzer beater. You can lock into the tournament mode inside the dome. You will feel like you are courtside. Set it up with VIP all-inclusive food and drinks, and yeah, they'll deliver it straight to your seat. Or rally the crew in the hall with every game on all at once. March Madness lives at Cosm. Be there.
This is the Doctor in the Dugout with Dr. Alan Byer, presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
I'm often asked about people who suffer their first back injury. Think they've pulled a muscle in their back and they don't stretch enough as far as their back is concerned. So when do you seek care from a doctor when you've sustained a back injury? At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we like to tell people that the most important thing is to watch and see if that back pain is radiating down your leg, causing any numbness, causing any weakness, or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1482. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. Confetti Craze makes it easy to turn any day into a party with its delicious birthday cake flavor and big birthday energy. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. I bring these tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
It's Friday. You ain't got no job. And you ain't got nothing to do.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Yeah, and as somebody who was younger and who was looking out for Big Bro at the
But
time.
he was young. He wouldn't know not to get married.
Yeah, what the hell would I have known at 21 years old?
He was dropping Miami Heat everywhere.
But that's my point. Don't you see that if he would have said to me, hey, listen, I'm dropping Miami Heat. You should be dropping Miami Heat. Let's go drop Miami Heat together. You know, let's go be Crockett and Tubbs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Turns out there's a Walmart right in my own neighborhood.
Wow.
They got it all.
Yeah, it's like a grocery store, too.
I was able to buy a sex toy in a Walmart.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
A little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hash.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section. And
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
give me a freaking break.
Clinton, you want to play Swing Your Sausage?
Why not?
It's a wacky Wednesday.
Yeah, whatever that means.
It's a party game. No, Lindsay's holding up the box.
I'm kind of a little jealous right now, Clinton, because I really wanted to play this game, too.
Oh, is that
We
right?
can wait for you, Cap.
I feel like Casey Kasem having to make that transition.
Hey!
When he had to go from...
Yeah, that's one of the classic radio bits. Where it's like, don't go from a slow song into a...
We have
Ponderous, man. Ponderous.
What is this? Ponderous, man. Ponderous.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
When I'm on vacation, you can talk all the schwanz you want.
Right.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Bit boy.
Well, you want to
Right now.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that. We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
This is Pepe Mantilla, your Spanish voice of the Los Angeles Lakers. This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Good morning, Scott.
I am a huge, and I mean huge, yacht rock enthusiast.
He hit that one all the way to Palo Alto. Bing, da bum. Boom, bing, bum.
9:02 and 40 seconds. Good morning. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a Feel Good Friday. A Dodgers win Friday, Lakers Friday. This 27th of March, and Cappy, do it.
It's F-It Friday.
Now, I like the F it Friday, but that is Mason's bit. So if you're going to do that, you're stealing Mason's bit.
Okay, hold on.
There you go. I'll give you a thumbs up for that.
All right.
You can steal Mason's bit. It doesn't bother me.
I mean, it's Friday. It's 9 o'clock. It's the YouTube hour.
But
It's
his
our
thing
last
used to
hour
be
of the
like,
week.
oh, on Fridays, I'm going to be wacky. I'm going to call it F it Friday.
Well, we're kind of wacky.
Why are we ripping Mason right out of the gate?
I didn't rip him. I just said that's where it came from.
I wished him another happy birthday yesterday, 61 years old. I said, Mace, it was a year ago we had that bomb-ass party at your house. What the hell, man? Let's have another one. And he told me, it's coming this summer. That's what he told me.
Yeah, that's what he mentioned.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, do we have to do it? I mean, I guess
Come
I got
on,
But the
man.
problem is I got to go.
I mean,
Of
you're
course
going to
you
have a
gotta
party
go.
from a birthday in March in the summer?
No. There's a different kind of party. This is a different. I don't want to blow the the
cover?
Well, I don't want to blow the reason for the party because maybe he hasn't put it out there yet for everybody. But he specifically mentioned it to me yesterday. But he's got another reason for another party. How about that?
Can't he just focus on his show?
What are you talking about, man?
Like, does he have to do a podcast and a party? Just do the show, man. That's how. That's how.
How is
everybody-
Mason Plus doing these days?
I mean, it's 2 episodes in. It's fine, but
Good.
like, just focus on the show, man.
I got to take a listen to Mason Plus.
I mean, Joe Davis in week 1 was pretty good. Pretty darn good.
Greg
You got to-
Bergman in week 2,
And Chris Morales.
and Blair Underwood.
I thought, Blair
Wait,
Underwood.
Greg Bergman was week 2?
We did like a bit. That's where the thumbs up, thumbs down came down.
Yeah.
Came from.
We both did thumbs up, thumbs downs.
Like, just focus on the
Only
show,
in episode
man.
2, though? It wasn't episode 1?
No, we were in
Wow.
episode
No
2.
offense to you guys, but that's a pretty steep drop from episode 1 to episode 2 on a guest.
Well, listen.
Had Blair Underwood, too.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Oh,
that
okay.
was-
Well,
Davis.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's a little
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Joe Davis, episode 1. Blair Underwood, episode 2.
I mean, you didn't sell the Blair Underwood part. You
No, we
sold
said
you
it.
and Chris.
No, I didn't say anything. I said Greg Bergman, which is a big deal.
Very big deal, especially now with the success of the Greg Bergman School of Content. I mean,
I
it's
just
gotten
find it
ridiculous.
interesting since Mace ran Bergman off the show.
Well, maybe he didn't subscribe to the school.
Well, Bergie had the line of he did it. Right, yeah. He wasn't an investor. Yeah.
See, I'm a big investor in it. I need it to work.
Those angel investors. You're part of it.
I love how Bergie had the line of the day today.
Oh,
He's
big
like,
time.
Oh, at least we're not the ones being traded. Or
Yeah, when I traded Chris to the afternoon show,
Yeah.
Bergie's like, how about that, Lindsay? We're not being kicked out.
Unfortunately, they won't trade me. They'll just make me do it. Meanwhile,
double duty for you,
Yeah,
pal.
exactly. Before we unpack Passan and we get ready for Sam Boney at a little around 9:15.
Oh,
It's a Cosm Ticket Friday. Call 213-799-0139 right now. 213-799-0139 right now. Caller number 7 wins a 4-pack of GA tickets for tomorrow to watch the Elite 8 at Cosm at 3 p.m.
I thought we got the number back.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, don't even ask.
Hold on.
Wait, what?
Hold on. Before I lose it on that, let me finish the read so it's nice and clean for Cosm. Catch every moment of the tournament on Cosm's immersive shared reality displays, only with Cosm and ESPN LA, the Elite 8 tomorrow. Caller number 7 right now at 213-799-0139.
Yeah,
So, yes,
George,
we did get the number back.
Yeah, Wednesday night, Beto's doing the post-game show, right? And Beto is giving out the number, the 213 number. And I'm listening to the post-game show because Beto and I are about to go out on a mandate when the show is over. So I send Beto a text and I go, hey, man, I think you're using the wrong number. I said, I think we got the 877 number back. I don't know what you're doing with this 213 number. And Chris, I guess you'll have to pick it up from there because that's all I knew.
Well, during Mason and Ireland earlier that day, I wasn't listening. I was keeping it. I have the YouTube running in the background while I was doing some other work. And I can kind of hear it. I have the volume low, but I see the chat just going nuts with like, oh, Morales Bergman didn't pay the bill again, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and I just see it exploding. So then I turn it up, and it's like, yeah, they're talking about how the number didn't work. So Bergie's already on it. Because, again, Greg Bergman, he's an A player here. He is the manager of audio operations. And I go, Bergman, what's going on? He's like, I'm on it. He's got the hard hat on.
I was in the middle of an interview, and I had like
you weren't interviewing for a new job, were you?
No.
Okay,
I was interview for things here, and so I'm like, I gotta get up, I gotta go figure this out because Emily texted me and said, hey, it says the number's disconnected.
So then I called the number, and you get the this number has been disconnected.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's good. In Los Angeles, that's what we're dealing with again.
Hear that, George? Again. Now, George, what are you going to do about this?
No, George doesn't need to. I made the call. I
Oh,
said,
you
I'm
did?
not going to bother George.
Oh.
I made the call to somebody,
Uh-huh.
and that is now, I think we're finally going to get some resolution.
Okay. Do we know why it was disconnected? I'm a why guy.
It's a lot of, it never got transferred with the sale of the station from ESPN, Disney to GKB. This one somehow got lost in the shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't pay the bill. We didn't pay the bill. So then we paid the bill. Then it took 3 months to turn it back on. Then it got disconnected again because it didn't get paid again. But it was never transferred again. It's a whole thing. It's a whole mishigash.
Oh, my God.
It's like college football with the transfer portal.
Yeah.
You know, they're just going all over the place.
Yeah. Wow.
You don't know if they're with ESPN or with GKB. You don't know if you're with LSU or Alabama. You know.
Wow.
Kind of where's that, right?
This is heavy stuff here, man.
Very frustrating.
What if we just changed the number completely and said, hey, we want a new number? Can we do that?
It'll take 6 more months
Okay.
for them to configure the numbers.
So that was my point at the beginning of the year of like, if this is going to take this long, can we just get a new number? Because I could go buy a new number tomorrow.
Right.
Like it's not that. We don't have to spend millions like Jacob did on 800-345-6789. We can just get the whatever's hot now. What is it? Like 844 or something. Whatever.
Well, Jacob does have the best number going in town, that's for sure. That's the easiest one.
No
Costs
the
a
way,
lot of money to do that. Huh? I didn't
Jacob
realize
probably, we could do a whole thing where he sponsors the phone line too, and you got to call Jacob's office first. And they'll be like, oh, you're calling for
transfer you.
ESPN
And
LA?
then the
Stand
operator
by.
will patch you through.
Yeah.
Wait, hey, I'm calling to win those tickets to Cosm. Well, did you get hurt in an accident? I mean, are you okay?
And Esther says that we should just give out your number, Cappy, and then you can just put the phone up to your microphone.
What do you need my number? Everybody has
anyway.
it. Right, everybody has my number.
I gave it out yesterday except the last 4 digits. I gave out the 858. What was the first 3? For
The next few were 204.
Yeah, 858-204... ...
Right.
Yeah. Cappy gives his number away to everybody.
Not only
It's
do I give
amazing,
my
George.
but I give my number away to everybody.
He tells me about it. I was like, wait, you did what?
Exactly.
But wait, worst part of it is this, is that here I am hey, just text me if you need me, whatever. Let me know, because I'll never answer my phone from a number that I don't have in my phone, right? And I'll just give it out. But then what happens is then I start complaining, like, hey, bro, that's a little too many texts, like, so that's what happens to me is I'm like, hey, just text me. It's fine. And then somebody blows me up 35, 40 texts, and I give a thumbs up, and I'm like, it's a little much. It's a little much. I'm trying to deal with my kids here.
So you gave someone, you gave a listener, you gave multiple listeners your number.
You're going to rat out
and then they
Mike B?
text you a lot.
Well, you did yesterday.
Oh, I did?
And hold on. You've given a lot of listeners your number, right?
Almost all. Yeah.
And you've been surprised that a few of them have just texted you nonstop.
Well, yeah, because the thing is like, look, put it this way.
And Rachel's annoyed.
Well, right. So, like, put it this way.
Oh, wait, I didn't even think about that aspect of it.
Oh, yeah, you got to think about that, George, because
that's
Rachel
the big,
and I.
well, that is the crux of all of it then.
Right. Like Rachel and I are together, right? And my phone is blowing up, and she's like, what's going on your phone? And I'm like, well.
And by the way, so the number isn't necessarily stored. So that's what happened with Cappy and I. One day, we're carpooling, and this number keeps popping up. And I'm like, what number is this? Do you need to text? No, that's just Mike B. And I'm like, well,
oh my God,
well, so Cappy doesn't store it. So then he's sitting there, it's Netflix and chill night at Rachel's house with Cappy, and this random number just keeps blowing him up, and it's like Cappy's like, no, it's all good. It's just a listener, which I don't think that's better.
Right. And then she's like, wait, what is he talking about? I'm like, well, remember how we talked about how we watched Peaky Blinders? Well, now he's watching Blinders Peaky. So he actually hit me back with, I'm giving you the opposite end of it. I'm going Blinders Peaky, not Peaky Blinders.
And he actually sent Mike B a text like, hey, man, I love talking to you Monday through Friday, but Saturday night, I'm trying to get down. Okay? And this ain't going real well with Rachel right now, so I'll talk to you Monday.
And here's the other one, George. Justin gave away the address.
Oh, yeah, remember that?
Oh, I remember that.
That was amazing. That was one of
my
my favorite stories I've heard in a while.
Yeah. Now, my son gave away my address, George, and then rather than people sending me things, people have been delivering things to my house. Like they're my local Amazon or my local UPS guy. And I'm like, what is this package? And then I open it up, and I'm like, oh, my God, this listener, whoever this person was, I don't want to say names, but delivered this to my home.
You got a horse calendar, remember?
I did. That's right. I did get a horse calendar. Right. I did.
Tomorrow there's going to be a schwanz in a bag on your door.
What'd you do with that horse calendar? It was nice. I wanted
It's a very nice calendar. I have it in my office now. It's a lovely horse calendar.
Me.
Oh, well,
just go get it from his office.
Yeah, it's all yours.
The horse.
It's all yours. And George, wait. And to make matters worse, here's my phone number. Here's my home address should you need me. Oh, and by the way, I'm over at the East Central. I'm in room 617 if you want to come by and hang out a little bit.
You did put that out.
So now I give my hotel room away. I put that out there for everybody.
I'm going to be at E tonight. I'm not going to ask them for $315 though.
Oh my God.
No, ask them
Cappy,
for $315.
You literally have put me in tears today.
Or Chris, ask as a backup for 617. That's the second best room at the East Central Hotel.
I don't need to break balls over there like that.
Not breaking balls.
Just give me the room, guys.
No balls.
And especially today, I need a nap. Then I need to work out, and then I need to shower and get pretty for Evan Cohen at the Lakers game tonight.
Wow. Yeah,
Evan Cohen is in town?
He's going to be here Friday and Monday's Lakers game. And he's made it clear, you get me Friday night at the Lakers game, and you get me Monday night. Don't hit me up over the weekend because it's family time. I said, I respect the boundaries.
You do?
Well, his kids are going to be at the game too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've never met Evan's kids, so I'm excited about this moment.
I haven't seen them in years.
Do you think I should give Mike B. Evan's number?
No, definitely.
And be like, yo, listen, you
then
can talk
you
to him
definitely
Friday
won't
and
be
Monday.
getting a contract in June, and that won't even be up to me at that point.
Right,
Yeah,
like
I know, Cappy,
Friday and Monday.
Even I couldn't help you there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God. I love you, Mike.
By
B.
the way,
I
it
love
is
you,
a
pal.
final. I went through all 17
a
pages.
final. You signed it?
Yeah.
Let's start this over because I stepped on you. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it is a final.
It is a final, and the promos will follow. That George Sedano has inked a new multi-year deal to remain at ESPN LA for years to come. Pause for the promo. So earlier we told you AEG and the Oscars. How about Sedano remaining at LA Live as well? Oh, this is a beautiful thing.
It's a summer of Sedano.
the summer of Sedano, which means he's not going to be here. Yeah, exactly.
That's usually when I'm gone. A
So that came up in a meeting yesterday.
That's when we do Schwan's talk.
Yeah, exactly. That came up in a
Right,
meeting.
you guys do a lot of Schwan. Summer of Schwans.
Yeah.
Somebody in a meeting yesterday goes, "Oh yeah, we should do this in August." And Bergie and I are just sitting there listening, going, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And then they're like, "Yeah, we can get Sedano," and we're like, "Yeah, that's probably not going to happen in August." They're like, "Well, what do you mean?" We're like, Sedano's not here most of August. It's okay. It's part of the deal. They're like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, he's gone like the whole month of
How
August.
about Cappy? And we're like, hit or miss.
Well, I wouldn't say the whole
may
month.
not be
I was here last year. I was here in August, actually, way more than I had been previously because I was doing the Rams stuff. So.
Well, that's true.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Are you
so.
doing that?
I don't know if
You're
they're
doing
going to
that
ask
again
me
this
to do
year,
it
right?
again. But if they do, then I'll be around in August a little bit.
By the way, we might as well do this on the air. People enjoy this. Bergie and I are working on the draft conversation. Now, we want it to be live from where the Rams are doing a big event, but they might not be able to do it that early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But we are working on Coach and Les joining us. They're going to have to join via phone. Are you guys both here on both draft days, Thursday and Friday?
Well, Thursday for sure. What is the draft? What date was the exact date?
Yeah, like I'm kind of embarrassed to even ask what the dates are.
It is.
But it's like April
that's going to be the
6th-ish?
23rd and 24th, right?
I guess.
Of
Yes,
April.
23rd, 24th. Yes.
Yeah, 23, 24.
Okay, let me look at the calendar.
All right, here we go.
And you know,
going into the
you know where it
calendar.
is, Cappy, right?
Because I can't have, like, Beto on
Here
with
we
Les.
go.
I definitely will be to the Thursday.
Can't
You'll
have
be
Beto on with Les.
No, I mean, well, for Les, I mean, I have a rapport with him, but McVay needs to talk to Sedano. They're old boys. And a Cappy, if you're not going to be here, then we definitely can't do it.
No.
Because you're the ball knower.
I definitely can be there the Thursday. Friday, probably, because I think, let me double check, but I'm almost positive my playoff games the first 2 weekends are Sunday afternoons on ABC. So
By the way, I'm
if
going
it's
in
Sunday,
time
then I
slot.
can. Yeah, if it's Sunday, then I don't have to fly till Saturday. So yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
All right, I'm in on both days. I'm in.
but for sure Thursday, more than likely Friday. But let me just double check.
Okay,
Count
so
me
I will
in.
push for the Thursday then.
Yeah, count me in. I'm in for both days.
Okay, good. All right, 9:17 on a Friday. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. By the way, we like to always remind you that the official personal injury attorney of the Sedano and Cap Morning Show, Jacob Emrani. If you're injured in an accident, call Jacob. His phone number works. 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789. Or call jacob.com. Hit the music, Jorge. You hear him on Kings Talk after each Kings game here on the ESPN LA app and many games on 710 ESPN. Sam Boney, the great Sam Vitesh, joins us now for his Friday edition of Sam Boney Talk on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
You know, for branding purposes, it's Kings Talk. It's just Kings Talk on the morning show, right? Keep it consistent. I think, Chris, you would appreciate
I'll handle
that.
the branding.
CMM, would you appreciate that?
I'll
Okay.
handle it.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
go.
Sam
He's
Boney
the
Talk,
marketing
that's
guy.
fine.
Don't get in the way, Sam Boney, of CMM.
I have seen some things today, and that's
Right.
I was one of the 200 in the YouTube chat earlier, but that's
By the way,
are
you going to the DeMarco School of Broadcasting? Can you get on the mic?
Yeah, it's true. You're off mic a little there, Sam.
I apologize, everybody.
Yeah,
I
thank
do.
you.
And I know that is an issue.
By the way, I'm now seeing the go D-backs.
No, it's
on my
bad. You're right.
whiteboard.
I'm turning this around. I don't appreciate this behind me. I don't. I'm turning
Who
it around.
put the go D-back?
Who would put such a thing?
Only Arizona guy I know it's Reese.
Yeah, I said it was Reese, right?
We don't know for sure that it was Reese, but probably not a great thing. And that's Sedano's. Sam Boney's writing "Go Halos."
Oh, go Halos! Good win yesterday.
That works here too. That works
Good
here.
win. Hey, how about Mike Trout yesterday?
Trout
with another
home run?
opening day home run,
The
right?
Kurt Suzuki School of Baseball has started now, 1-0. You know, the managerial search has been rough, but I like it so far, certainly through one game. And in Houston, I mean, that's a
you
real
beat
win.
the
against-
Astros, so that's a win for everybody.
By the
You're
way,
right, Greg. I know you
Kurt-
like that.
I believe Kurt Suzuki is an investor in some baseball
Cited?
facility.
That would help me. That would help me, Bergie. I'll tell you that right now. I would love a new investor.
An investor in a baseball facility in Torrance, if I recall correctly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, now that I know that he's throwing money around, maybe I'll go talk to him.
I think we're going to see him this season, Cappy. By the way, we're trying to set that up in the same meeting that Chris was alluding to. We're trying to set something up with you and Kurt Suzuki out there in the Coors Light fan zone eventually.
Oh, I love that.
Right?
Well, listen, listen. Let me tell you one thing, Sammy. The one thing I'm asking everybody to do is this: get me and our listeners on the field at Angel Stadium for a pregame batting practice.
I love it.
People will remove a body part. To go onto a baseball field, a Major League Baseball field, and take batting practice on an MLB field. So I'm telling you, I've been all over this for years. get me and the 710 listeners on the field at Angel Stadium for a pregame batting practice. People lose their minds.
So
over
it probably wouldn't be before an actual home game because they won't allow that. What if we did it during a road game?
That would work. That would work fine.
He'll allow it.
What if I
Right, but
told
who's
you
going to pitch then in that scenario?
Well, we'll send Bo Samboni out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Look, I was there with you when you were scraping the ice. We did it. I mean, look, we've made things happen. We've moved mountains, as CMM likes to say.
I just don't know. Usually teams, like when we did the LAFC thing years ago on the morning show, they wouldn't allow us when there was an actual game that weekend to kick on the field. We did it on a road weekend. So, I mean, but we can ask.
Well,
there's no wrong thing in asking.
Yeah, in my experience.
I mean, LZ and I threw out a first pitch at a.
You threw out a first pitch. You didn't do
one time.
batting practice.
Right, but in my experience, I'll just tell you guys.
I once had Tony Bruno.
I was just going to say, Chris, we have an old friend who definitely.
And then he got me. And then later that night, he got Artie to ban me for life.
That was an incredible 24 hours.
It's not a great 24 hours for me. I didn't leave my house for another month.
This is something I don't know about.
Probably not best for now. Let's do Samboni, and maybe if we feel so inclined after Samboni, we can get into it.
All right. I just want to say last thing. My experience tells me this: that if you have a game, let's say the game's at 6:00 at night, and we had listeners on the field at noon, and we only had about an hour, they would go for it because then the grounds crew can clean up, and then the teams can come in for batting practice. But we're not in their way. Because we're much, much earlier. So I would like to try and do it on a game day, and then everybody can go from batting practice. We go hang out at a bar, restaurant somewhere. We can all come back for the game. So that's what I'm hoping.
So when you say that, and I'm meaning this, I'm not being sarcastic. You have done this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good to know. At
Yes.
Angel Stadium?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, good.
We should use that footage. I mean, and certainly we would. We'd be all over it from a social media standpoint, Cap, if we can pull that off. But yes, I love the idea. Let's try to make it happen. And so, yes, Angels 1-0 as well, everybody.
Will
Dodgers.
Don Benson come out of the Benson crime family?
You know he will. And by the way, this phrase moving mountains, I used it recently on my 7-year anniversary gift for Rachel. I used that phrase moving mountains. I went to Walmart because now I'm a big Walmart fan. I put together a really nice 8x10 photo. And I wrote on the photo, like I said, moving mountains since 2019. Now, what'd you guys think about that?
It depends on the context. It depends on, you're saying that to be sweet to her? I think we need Lindsay's opinion on that.
Yeah, Lindsay, do you think that was a nice thing to say? Like
I think
a sweet?
It's cute, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you had to put some of your own thought into it, so I think that's good.
No, I put Chris's thought into it. I just used his phrase. She said, moving mountains. That's an interesting phrase. I go, yeah, it's a Bob Seger song. I didn't want to tell her it's Morales.
So, by the way, last night, real quick, I know, Samboni, we keep taking your time.
That's
fine.
That's okay. Hang with us, Samboni.
It's a long story, but yesterday I was running late. I woke up late, so I just took an Uber in. I didn't even try to make the train because I would have missed it. So last night, I get out of here late again, and I have to take a late train. Long story. But when I reach Anaheim, I realize, my car's not here. So I could have asked the Italian stallion to get me. I could have taken an Uber, but I went, you know what? It's 8 o'clock. It's been a long day. It's been a frustrating day, a frustrating week. I'm probably going to get into a fight with Cappy tomorrow morning on the air. So even though I have a backpack, which, as Cappy has alluded to, is 20 pounds, I said, you know what? I'm going to walk the 3 miles home.
Wow. No way. And by the way, you didn't have any other luggage with you? You weren't pulling?
Just my backpack.
Okay.
And I need to stop by In-N-Out to get my protein, so I got to get the triple by triple. So I basically did it. And it was the best decision I've made all week, which was I didn't get into my door until 9:35. I got home and did the 3-mile walk, went to In-N-Out, and it was a beautiful decision. But in doing that with my new Nike Beats on, my new LeBron James item, Hollywood Nights came up in the shuffle. And it reminded me of our old afternoon show days.
Those Hollywood Nights.
When that was our ending. That was our final segment song.
Right. Oh, the Bob Seger version of Hollywood Nights.
Yeah.
Right.
Which one would it be?
So maybe we'll get
Hollywood
LZ
Nights.
to throw batting practice to Cappy.
Ooh, that won't happen. He'll throw out his head.
Right.
That could be the bit.
I'll be like Ohtani last night and take one right off the right elbow.
Absolutely.
Well, probably by then LZ will be on a different show at that point. So,
all right, Sedano, as you know, the Kings won last night. By the way, which,
they're a point out still.
I thought Sedano would tell me good job on walking 3.5 miles after a
No,
long
it
day.
was a good job.
Nice
I was
work.
going to, but I didn't want to. Samboni directed me a question, so
I did.
But that is a great job.
it is about Chris. We do know.
You have
that.
to ice the knees after the walk.
But yes, the Kings won a game in Vancouver last night. Absolutely needed it, got the 2 points, and are now one behind Nashville.
Yeah.
But there's actually, do you know how this works, the math on how they could get in? There's kind of two portals that they can enter the playoffs through.
I do not. Explain
Walk us through it, yeah.
So it looks right now, if you go to the standings in the NHL, you can look at the division lineup, or you can go to what would be considered the playoff standings, which has it listed with the wild card teams at the bottom. So the Kings are a point behind Nashville, where they could get in as the second wild card team. But what's interesting is the top 3 teams from each division also make the playoffs. And the Kings are also 2 points behind Vegas for the 3rd spot in the Pacific Division. So they could get in through either. Now, here's the fascinating thing for you, George, because I know you love hitting this point. If the Kings make it not as the second wild card, but as the 3rd place team in the Pacific Division, guess who they play in the first round?
The Oilers.
Edmonton for a 5th straight year.
Oh, man, you don't want that.
No, I mean, look, I don't know that they don't. They're going to get a chance. The final home game of the year is against Edmonton on April 11th at 1 o'clock. And I would love to see them play the Oilers, actually, in the first round. I think that would wake this team up in a massive way. And making the playoffs would be a huge accomplishment for this team. But what would you rather? I mean, Kings fans who might have said we want to avoid Edmonton all year, but would you rather play Colorado? Do you know right now that if Colorado and the Kings were in the playoffs, you know the disparity between the 2 points? The 2 teams' point total at this
it's
point.
30, isn't it?
It's
oh, my God.
a full 30.
It's
a full 30. 106, 76. So that would be one of the greatest upsets of all time should they do that. But regardless, I just wanted you both to understand they could make it 2 different ways. And they've got 2 games left at home against Nashville. So
and
that
no
is very
Draisaitl, by the way, for
correct.
the Oilers.
Correct.
So,
and they've been up and down. Big win. They did beat Vegas last night as part of this, but Vegas got a point. So that's it. But if the Kings do miss the playoffs, they will lament it for 2 reasons. 7 straight at home they've got coming up here with a chance. And I said it on Kings Talk last night. And by the way, I want to say the history of losing the phone number, I believe, started 3 nights ago on Kings Talk. We had no number. I think we had no number then, and then it carried over into the morning show. And so we dealt with it last night as well. But here's what it is. 10 games left, and I said on Kings Talk. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't know. I didn't know at that point. Okay. Greg, I really thought, wow, people are upset they lost to Calgary. No. I was like, wow, people are really upset. Like, nobody's calling me. Right? No, I'm like, they're really mad. They are pissed off. Like, they are done with this team. Like, that's it. You don't lose to Calgary on a Tuesday, all right? That's it. We're done. And then I went to social.
When you lose a game to Calgary, you're in big trouble.
And then I went to one of my posts about the Kings, and they're like, hey, man, we were trying to call you all night. So I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. It makes a little sense. But that's all right. My point was last night, 10 games left. The playoffs start right now for the Kings. You want to talk about it? Do they make the playoffs or not? Will they have an opponent? No. They've got an opponent. They have a 10 best of 10. They got to win this best of 10 series right now to make the playoffs. It starts Saturday against Utah. The playoffs have started for them. But unfortunately, they've been awful at home. They're the 3rd worst team
that is
at home.
Awful.
Truly that. Awful.
Brutal.
3rd worst. I mean, the Rangers are the worst team in the East. They've got 9 wins at home. Vancouver's the worst team in the West. They have 8 wins at home. The Kings only have 10 wins at home this season.
That is just ridiculous. And they've played 32 games so far
at
home.
They set the record for home wins last season in the entire league, and in their franchise history, they had 31.
Yeah.
And at best, they'll have 17 this year.
No.
At best, that's if they win all the remaining games.
Yeah, they'd have to win. By the way, to do that, they'd have to win 7 in a row at home. They'd have to win 8 in a row total. Do you know that this season the Kings have a 4-game win streak once, and they haven't won 2 games in a row since January 27th. So things have got to change. I say if they get 14 points out of these last 10, they're going to make the playoffs, and I say they make the playoffs. Kings are going to make the playoffs.
But you said there were 2 things that they would really lament if they don't make the playoffs. The first is you're saying is the home record and how poor it's been. What I'm curious what the second one is, because I think I know what it is, but I'm not positive. What is the second one?
All right, so go to the standings, or we can put them up. We can put the standings up, and if either one you want to take a guess, there's a bunch of columns. Hockey, I wish hockey would make it simple. Points should be listed first. Sometimes it's games remaining, but it should be points. If you go to the column OTL, that's overtime losses.
They have 18 of them,
which means that was an opportunity to get 18 more points. Or you can look at it half glass, glass half full or half empty, but that's 18 times they didn't get an extra point. If 6 times they had gotten another point, they'd be clearly in the playoffs.
Tell the YouTube guys they got to scroll down a little bit.
Yes. Or maybe to the right.
Or scroll. Yeah, you got to scroll to the right.
Eventually, scroll to the right.
You'll get to OTL. You'll get to OTL, and that's the one that matters. Or OT right there, and you see the Kings. OT, 18. The 18 right there means they've got 18 points, but that could have been 36 points. So that's really a huge one for them. But this game, look, it's a huge game on Saturday against Utah, who, again, is the first wild card team right now. They could also catch Utah. This is all possible. Many, many possibilities, and they have the best record remaining when it comes to winning percentage. They've got the easiest schedule of anybody in hockey the rest of the way. So it's totally possible.
Yeah, they also have the wrong thing highlighted there too as well.
It's, look, we're getting there.
They just have overtime.
We're getting there. OT is what we're looking at.
It's OTL. Yeah,
it's part of it.
They can't find it.
No, like I said, I wish it was a little more simple. And again, this is part of my shootout thing. I think this should just be wins and losses. Get rid of it. Just eventually, just award a winner and a loser moving forward. I'd love to see that. But did you guys see the goal that Panarin scored on Tuesday night against Calgary?
The Breadman.
Yeah.
Breadman in the shootout. Did we see this goal? Everybody should take a look. There was a lot of conversation about it as well. The hockey community did not like this goal overall. And if you didn't see it, I want to explain why. So Panarin, first of all, here's another thing about the shootout, Cappy, that stinks.
Yep.
You know what he gets credit for that goal, his point total for the season? You know what he gets for that shootout goal?
Probably a big goose egg, right? Probably
it's
nothing.
0. Yeah, technically he has 18 points in the 16 games since he's been here. But he really should have 19. I mean, that goal was spectacular and kept them in the shootout. And on that shootout goal, he skates in very slowly against the Calgary goalie, Dustin Wolf. And then at the last moment, he pulls the puck across, sideways. Wolf completely flops like a turtle on his shell upside down. And Panarin simply flips the puck, like flutters the puck just into the net, gently over him. And it is, I've never seen a goal like this. Every broadcast I've seen of this, they all say the same thing. We've never seen a goal like that. And do you know the rule in hockey on the shootout is the puck has to be moving forward the entire time. It's sort of like a lateral in football. And so when he pulls the puck across there's a little question. People are wondering, did a puck go backwards there? You're not allowed to do that. The goal stood, and it should. And it's an incredible move.
It was an amazing goal, and I'm always consumed with these guys. Like, he's a right-handed player, and he's so far to the right of the keeper. And like you said, while the keeper is on his belly flopping around,
Look at him flopping.
Not only do you got to get it over him, but from an angle. If you are a lefty, it's no problem. You got plenty of goal to work with.
Yes.
But as a righty, you got to go upper part of the far side. I mean, it's a spectacular goal, even though I absolutely hate shootouts and I hate these one-on-one things. But
I'm
not
with
real
you.
hockey.
I'm with you. But that one, that's why Panarin, again, when they look at those 18 losses, they're going to say, wow, Panarin was here all season, right? That's the difference. Because he can do that in overtime. He can do that in a shootout. And they didn't have a guy like that. And frankly, on Kings talk, that's one of the complaints we got again and again. The Kings don't have the guy. They don't have Bedard. They don't have Celebrini, McKinnon, McDavid. Panarin is in that list. He's a guy who can do that. They don't have anyone else that can do it like that right now. Kempe's great. Kopitar's great. Fiala, when he was there, is great. Byfield's great. Laferriere is great. But doing that's another level. That's just another.
But the injury at the Olympics, the Fiala injury at the Olympics, if you were when you said that they were going to kick themselves over two things, one, the home record, and the lack of wins in overtime, but for me, the Fiala injury, you went out and you got the Breadman because you were planning on putting those guys together.
And then before they got one game.
Hurt.
Yeah, think about it. I mean, he was technically traded those 2 games before the Olympic break, but Panarin was hanging out in New York still. He was just chilling before they were going to bring him after the break, and then they never got one game together. Fiala and Panarin never together. And frankly, Kuzmenko and Panarin even didn't get time together because Kuzmenko had surgery. Now, if they make the playoffs, Kuzi could come back for that, which would be great. So that's spectacular. And Byfield's been very good recently, which is also a good sign for them. But they're going to have to get 2 wins in a row here. I mean, it's going to have to happen. Saturday's an opportunity, and that's what it's going to take. So, but it's also, Cappy, you're going to the game. Sedano, we got to get you to a game, and I know the schedule
Maybe
is
the
ridiculous.
Oilers. I don't know. The problem is the schedule. You know what I mean?
I got it. Do you like that Saturday 1:00 Oilers? I mean, that's
in theory that makes sense because I should be around, but I don't know about my travel schedule. Is the problem?
Well, if it works out, Chris is buying tickets for at least 6 or 7 people for that game, from what I understand.
6-7.
You know what? He's gotten himself. He's got himself. He just goes to these events and talks.
It's a
to
long
people
story,
about
but
buying
I do not want to do that. It somehow involved Samboni somehow got my mother to text me more about Kings tickets, which I don't even understand how those things connect.
So George, just piling on. He's already, because the Dodgers made him buy the 3 instead of the 2, so he might as well buy the row at the Kings game.
No, they didn't. I didn't buy the 3. I just went and found 2.
Okay,
but I don't understand that about Dodgers.com.
I'm still confused about the 3 versus the 2.
Here's what happens. So you go to the official retailer,
Okay.
thedodgers.com, through Ticketmaster or whatever, the MLB app.
Yeah.
So when you're searching for a section, it'll show you, like, you can zoom in and see the seats.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, oh, I definitely want those 2 aisle seats, but it's part of, like, 3 little blue seats, meaning those 3 are available. It won't let you buy just 2. So then you have to go and find either just 2, which are in the middle of a row, I want an aisle, or you can buy 2 of 4. You can't leave 1 ticket unsold, which does make sense from their
they
standpoint.
don't want to solo. They don't want to solo out
I
there.
get it.
But how did they get to the odd number in the first place?
Exactly. So when you start to look around, you realize, well, wait a minute. I see ones all over the place. So is there a certain window where you can buy?
Yeah.
No, it makes perfect
I know,
sense.
It's happened
Wait.
to me too.
No,
though.
but it makes perfect sense. That
No, it
means
doesn't make
yes,
perfect
it does.
sense.
It means that the seats on either side have both been sold, but before that other side gets sold, you're available to do whatever you want. That's what it is. It came down to those 3 being the last available. That's
right.
where you got.
Yeah, if you get right, Sam is right. Like that's the reality of it. By the way, also the Leafs, maybe a 4:00 Leafs game next week. I don't know. We'll see. I think
I'm
that's
buying you tickets
possible.
for that.
Yeah.
I look. I would love it. I think it's the CMM credit card works well. He used to use mine a lot, and now he's got a good one. Of his own,
That was like 20 years ago.
Hey, the blue. We used to, American Express. We didn't have much status. We used to call it the blue, the Amex blue. We used to have, and Chris would just sing, "Take out the blue." So Chris, CMM, let's take out the blue. Let's get Sedano to the game. I think he's a true scraper, and Cappy, you're coming on
if
Wednesday.
you saw that numbers on that new deal he just signed, you wouldn't be saying that.
It's all right, George. Let me hold that credit card. Just like Morales used to hold Samboni's credit card. Let me hold your platinum card.
Nice, and that's not blue. I know Sedano's not rocking the blue at all, so that's good news. But Cappy, we're going to be there on Wednesday. You're going to be there against the Blues on Wednesday, and we got some primo seats, Cappy. And before the game, Cappy, we're going to do something kind of fun, similar to when you went and scraped the ice. But we're going to show you your guys as well something very cool and close up. And I know CMM has gotten the Samboni treatment before a game, but we're taking you as well, Cappy. And the next night is Kopi Legacy Night. And by the way, there are exclusive Letterman jacket jerseys, but they're not giving them away. So I know, Cappy, you're going to text me, Samboni, I love that jersey.
Can you get me a couple?
I'm going to tell you right now. Here's the reality. You got to buy a ticket pack, lakings.com/tickets. You got to buy a ticket pack. It's the only way this thing is available. But, Cappy, Tim in the back, Tim on the social team, without me even knowing about it, without you even knowing about it, he spoke to the Kings. He drove to El Segundo.
Wow.
And how about this, Cappy?
Good job, Tim.
Cappy, the last time you got something in a package beautifully wrapped from the Kings.
Yeah, I had to give it back.
We had to give it back, all right? But check this out. I want you to see this and hear the cellophane, all right?
I'm looking.
This is Cappy's Kopi Tour jersey. Nobody else has this right now. Tim got his hands on it first. This is yours wrapped up. This one I have to give back. This one's only for display purposes, all right? This one's going to have to go back. Or maybe, I know who's not going to be upset. Mason and Ireland are going to want one of these. So I may have to give this one to them.
Well, not Ireland. That one time you tried to talk Kings, he threw you out of the studio.
He threw me right out of the studio.
Told you to F off.
He said, this is not Sabado Gigante, Vitesh. No, what he said is, our audience is not going to appreciate that right now. I said, all right, we'll get there. And I know Mace loves it, and Ireland does. He loves me, and he's got great stories with Mike Altieri as well.
So he always gets mad when I say Mike Altieri is the vice president of hair products.
Because Mike's juiced in, and Ireland was there back in the day with Gretzky and Altieri.
Yeah,
so
nobody,
By the way, Christopher. Look what happens when you get a guy a margarita at a bar. He winds up going to El Segundo to pick you up a jersey.
It's nice. Look,
much love, Tim.
Right?
Listen, Tim, I'll buy you 3 margaritas if you put that cellophane off over Cappy's head.
Look at this, Cappy. It's got franchise leader and all the games played, all of the categories. I mean, this thing is really beautiful. Really, Cappy.
Nice.
This is one for the wall. Really, maybe we'll get him to endorse it. Who knows? But it's a beauty and it's yours. This one in the packaging is yours.
Wow.
Sierra from the Ice Crew will not come looking for this one. All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Hey, Tim, what do you want? I'm going to the bar. You want anything?
Exactly.
The whole time I thought he'd be like, nah, thanks anyway, man. I'm good.
Nope.
How about a margarita, kid?
So,
I'm like, I
Sedano,
gotcha.
we finally brought it full circle, Sedano. I know we didn't love what happened with the jackets, but I think we made up for it. This is a very exclusive item.
The great Sam Patesh, you hear Kings talk after each Lakers game. After each Kings game.
We could try that, too.
Maybe. Yeah, you never know.
Not sure Beto will be a fan, but we can try.
on the ESPN LA app.
213-799-0139.
Just hit the
So are
Kings
we going
style.
to get the 800 number back?
I don't know, man. Here we go. Time for the Lindsay segment. We like to do it each weekday around 9:30 or 9:40. we play a TV theme. This is the theme song to George Lopez, because on this day in 2002, George Lopez premiered on ABC, The George Lopez Show. Jack?
Go ahead. Happy, do the thing.
Basically, why? Basically, why?
You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsor for the Lindsay segment, our friends at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. By the way, I asked yesterday, would Steven Hernandez be at opening day? Did you see his content?
Oh, dude.
Great content from opening day at Dodger Stadium.
Spoke to Steven Hernandez pre-show this morning. That's how early Steven Hernandez is available.
Actually, wait a minute. I said it wrong. Great content from Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium.
Oh, well done.
If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. What'd Steven have to say?
We're just starting to make our plans to go to some Dodger games and making plans for our Rachel visit to the store, or I guess I'll call it the warehouse, because we're getting ready for phase 2.
Man, you are really trying to get that endorsement, aren't you?
I like that. I like that endorsement from the
Take
Hernandez
it
brothers.
away, producer Lindsay. Did Sedano even hear that joke?
I did.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were still looking at the contract. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's busy. He's busy getting ready to DocuSign.
Real quick question I wanted to ask you guys earlier. When you DocuSign, do you write out your signature and have it saved? Or do
I have
you
a
do
DocuSign account, so it has like my regular signature.
Right, I was going to ask if you guys have it saved. Like, do you guys use the pre-made version, or do you actually have a signature saved?
I'll use the pre-made version. I don't care.
I figured you would.
Yeah, I don't have an account.
You're like, I'm not going to do all that.
No, I'm not going to deal with that. Just here, take it. Go ahead. I don't care.
Here,
That's not my real signature, but whatever. It's a digitized signature.
I know I'm throwing us off, but what's the point of having a DocuSign account versus not, George? Not in about. I'm just asking.
Well, it's just that. It personalizes it, and it allows you to have save a lot of the documents there as opposed to having to save them on like your hard drive or whatever.
That's nice.
And it saves your signatures, your initials, and then you can just click.
Yeah, you go through things much quicker.
Oh, nice. All right. Go ahead, Lindsay.
All right, so on Monday's edition of Jeopardy, there was a great question asked under the category fitting sports names. That's what it was, fitting sports names. So remember that. Here's the question.
In 2025, star quarterback Nico Iamaleava said, "I am leaving this school's Volunteers for UCLA."
Nobody got that question
Who
right.
is Tennessee?
What is Tennessee?
Oh, no,
Right.
so you got that one right. It was so I want to go through the other ones with you guys really quickly and see if you can
Okay.
get the clues, okay?
All right.
So the next one was, I thought this was way easier than the next question, but whatever.
It's a good name for a ball player, but as a reporter noted regarding Mr. Bailey of the Reds, not so much for a pitcher.
Oh, Sedano.
Yeah. Oh.
What is it? Don't forget.
Who is Homer?
Yeah.
See, you got it. Good job.
Very good.
Unfortunately, he's named Homer.
No one got that one on Jeopardy, though. I didn't know
Very
that one.
good.
I was like, how do you not know that?
All right.
All right, so next one.
How have we aired a dozen clues about this all-time top scorer for the NBA Spurs and missed that his name is perfect for his sport?
Greg.
What is it, Greg?
Who is Duncan?
There you go.
Hey.
Good job. Max.
Who's Duncan?
Yes, very good, at
Good job,
Duncan.
Max.
You have
And then this one is the hard one. I wouldn't have gotten this one.
played by Christian Bale on film. Ken Miles covered hundreds of miles for this team that beat Ferrari at Le Mans.
Cap.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
What is
know.
it, Cap?
Car racing.
Is it F1?
No. Greg.
Oh.
Greg?
Oh, it's
What is Ford?
Ford. Right, Ford versus Ferrari is
Yeah.
the movie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Correct.
Ooh, good job.
So I thought it was really funny watching this because the nerds just don't know the sports questions.
They don't.
They
They're
don't
really bad
at all.
at it.
And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, how do you not know that? Screaming at my TV.
But oftentimes the sports guys don't know their nerd questions, and that's why we're good at Sports Jeopardy. Like, if I watch Sports Jeopardy, people are like, wow, you really know your stuff. I'm like, not really. I mean, this is just sports stuff. But go back to the beginning of that, Lindsay.
No, not really.
Go back to the beginning. Go back to the first question
In
about I'm a leaving.
2025, star quarterback Nico Iamaleava said, "I am leaving this school's Volunteers for
He stole your
UCLA."
line.
Now, doesn't that prove my point to you
I'm
guys?
a leaving.
That everybody's listening to ESPN LA. Everybody listens to 710.
Even Ken Jennings.
Billions and billions of people listen to 710. I told you guys.
You know how many people sent me that or like tagged me in that?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Especially Beto. So shout out to Beto for catching that one.
Right
okay,
on, Beto.
So another piece of sound I want to play for you guys. Miguel Rojas did like a pregame thing before the game yesterday where they interviewed him. They went with his family to like Disney and stuff like that, whatever. But then they had like a little on-field interview with him where they asked him a very interesting question about a gift from Shohei.
Yeah, really nice from Psycho. Really nice collection or a piece, a watch that he gave us. We really appreciate all the guys that we have in this clubhouse. So he's being really kind with using his platform to kind of like help his teammates as well. That talks a lot about the kind of human he is, not on the field, but off the field as well. He cares about his teammates. He cares about the community in LA, and we're coming from so many different places, and I know that watch, we're going to keep it forever, and we're always going to remember that the best player in the world gave us a watch for 2026 opening day. Yeah, so it was a little note that say from Shohei Ohtani, let's repeat. So I think that's the mentality of everybody in this clubhouse, and I don't think we have enough motivation. We need to keep finding new ones every single day because it's not gonna be an easy road, and we all know that we're gonna compete against the best in the world, and they all want to come for what we have, and we are really responsible and accountable for what we are gonna be embracing this year. From Psycho.
So he bought every one of his teammates a $4,000 watch with that. And like I said, the let's three-peat. What do you guys think about that and everything he said about Shohei? Like, that's a pretty cool gesture.
Can I just ask a question, though? When he said from Psycho.
Hey, what's up, home?
Did he...
The Seiko watch.
I didn't know if Shohei's nickname in the clubhouse is Psycho.
Hey, what's up, home?
Not like Yama.
Or if he's mispronouncing the brand Seiko.
From Psycho.
So I wasn't really sure if what Psycho meant, and I didn't know... Wait,
from Psycho.
Seiko has a $4,000 watch?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
From Psycho.
They make really nice watches.
They do.
They just also make lower-end watches,
thinking
too.
of, like, the Seiko watches you bought as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm thinking about, like, the Seiko watch brand. I always think of that as being a very, like, moderate, timepiece. I don't think of it as being a really expensive timepiece.
I have my grandma... She left her jewelry and stuff when she passed away. She has like a solid gold Link Psycho watch. It's probably worth I don't know, like $6,000 or something like that.
Well, I'm just looking at their website right now, and they've got a lot of watches here that kind of look like Rolex watches. Frankly, they look like a Rolex Submariner, if you know what that is. I mean, that's
the Seiko or Psycho.
Yeah,
the Prospex LX is $4,900.
Okay, I'm looking at one right now for $3,000. I didn't realize Psycho had such a high-end watch. This one right here with the green hosel and the green, is that what it's called? Is that a hosel around?
Whatever.
A hosel?
A hosel.
Is that what it's
from
called?
Psycho.
From Psycho?
A hosel or a Schwanz, whatever.
Whatever it is. This is a nice watch. This is a real nice watch.
I always thought it was Seiko.
It is. We just had that conversation when you were.
I know. The best part about that is Bergie walked out to do something, missed our entire bit, because in the building, when we switch to Eisen, you hear Eisen around the thing.
Right.
He comes back and delivers that. Bergman, amazing work today, by the way. Much like yesterday, we bet
Psycho.
Yesterday, I bet Bergie $10 that Cappy would suck, and Cappy ended up winning Bergie $10.
Absolutely.
And then we bet $100. We didn't make that bet, but we should have bet $100. I would have said that Beto was good. Bergie would have taken the $100. Beto would have sucked, and I would have won the $100.
Is that the way it went?
Does here?
Yeah.
Is that really the way it went?
Really? Really?
Okay.
From Psycho.
Yeah. That was my side. I'm Psycho.
The picture Psycho contained.
From Psycho.
Come on, man.
Hey, George, let me ask you something. With the new DocuSign done, I'm looking at a couple of Psycho watches right here, right now.
Yeah, you buy the whole team, the Psycho watch.
George, I mean, I'm not going to hit you up for the $4,000, Shohei watch, but here's a couple of nice timepieces for like $495. If I send you the link, do you think that would work?
Send you the link.
Would that work nicely for a brand new Psycho
From
for
Psycho.
From Psycho.
Maybe I'll get you a Psycho instead of a Seiko, Kevin.
I need a new Psycho.
By the way, speaking of watches, have you seen Tommy Lamb's new Rolex he's sporting?
No.
And he's making that kind of money?
Things are going that well, huh?
Listen, he's got...
recently get a big promotion,
Yeah, he's the market manager. By the way, he wore a Rolex when he was the marketing director. He just had an older one. This is brand new.
But he
And he was trying to get me in on, like, we should have matching Rolexes. I'm like, yeah, but I'll never give up my Apple Watch. Like, I would be lost. I would get my heart rate 17 times an hour.
They have any psychos that do heart rates?
Imagine if we do that.
From Psycho.
They're like the Sedano and Cap Morning Show, and it's just you guys on a billboard with matching Rolexes. It'd be so, Mason will lose his mind. He's so good.
I'm looking at these psychos. There's some nice watches in here that I just was unaware of. I like this one right here with the orange face.
Some nice timepieces they've got.
$495, George.
From Psycho.
Hey, what's up, home?
Not that bad.
Hey.
It's a nice thing to do for your team as you get that new contract.
Speaking of new contracts, you saw DeMar Hamlin signed to a one-year deal with the Bills again.
My cardiac brother.
Yeah.
He came back from the dead, you know.
He did.
He did, literally.
He came back from the dead!
But he didn't win MVP.
Didn't deserve it.
No, most improved player, right?
Oh,
No, it was
yeah.
a comeback player.
That's what it was.
Comeback player, right? Comeback
He
player.
didn't deserve it.
He
But
came back from
Flacco
the
won
dead.
it.
How did he not come back? How does he not come back
He
player of the
didn't
year?
deserve it.
Hi, Lindsay. Thank you for the Lindsay
He gave it
segment.
to Joe Flacco.
As we do each weekday
Yeah.
at 9:30. Thanks to our friends at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Let me read a few things here. What's on tap today on ESPN LA? The Lakers return home to Crypto.com Arena tonight to take on the Brooklyn Nets. The Toyota Lakers countdown with Beto Durant starts at 6 with tip-off at 7:30. 7:30? The 7:30 game tonight? Oh, man.
Damn, dude. You'll be out late tonight, boy.
Oh. Hear it. And I got to be back
And they're
here in the
playing
morning.
the Nets. Like, I mean, listen, you could have put that game at 9. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to be honest with
And
you.
I got to be back in the morning for Clapper? Man. Hear it for your afternoon drive on 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for. The official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. And it's game day, which means it's time to BB go for it. Listen to Mason and Ireland today for your chance to play. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7 and guess which team scores the first 3-point basket of the game. Get it right, and you'll win a $100 BB Go promo code. Plus, be entered for a chance to win a trip to basketball's biggest stage. From our friends at BB Go, bring something different to the table. BB go for it today with Mason and Ireland. Do I have my calendar?
Oh, man. Cappy, I should have made a bet with you that you couldn't name, like, 3 Nets players.
3 Brooklyn Nets players?
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
I can't even name 3 Brooklyn Nets players right now.
Are you guys out of your minds? Come on, man. Really?
Don't ask Claude.
I'm not asking Claude anything. But, I mean, when I think about guys like, I don't know, like a Michael Porter Jr.,
He's not playing right now.
He's hurt.
Well, I mean, he's on the team, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's not playing.
Okay, well, how about like a Nick Claxton? Does that name sound familiar
Okay.
to you?
By the way,
Right?
Nick Claxton was voted the hottest NBA player of all time.
That's
Of
how I know
all
him.
time.
Yes.
All time.
Yes.
Really?
Wow.
Like
How
the
about a
most
guy-
attractive.
How about a guy like
that
Noah
list
Clowney?
from?
You ever hear of a guy
I
like
don't know.
Noah Clowney?
Complex or something.
From Psycho.
You ever hear of that guy?
Noah Clowney isn't playing either.
Okay, how about Danny Wolf? Danny Wolf's quite a player, isn't he?
Danny Wolf hasn't played in a while
What did you
either.
find, like, all the guys that are, like, not
Are you
active?
just, like, Googling their roster and just,
No,
like...
I'm
just-
looking up. I looked up their stats. So, like, Michael Porter Jr. is their leading scorer at 24.2.
Right,
Cam
he's not-
Thomas
he's
is
hurt,
at
to Greg's
15.6.
point. Yeah.
Noah Clowney's at 12.5. Nick Claxton's at 11.8. Igor Demin.
How do you say that? Is it Egor or is it Igor?
I believe it's Egor Demon.
Okay. How about a guy like Chaney Johnson? Chaney Johnson's quite a
Yeah,
ball
by the way,
player.
which Demon is hurt, too, so he's not playing.
Oh, all right. How about Day'Ron Sharp? You ever hear of him?
Day'Ron Sharp has... I don't even believe he's on the team anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, he's on the stats.
Ochai Agbaji?
Agbaji. Ochai Agbaji is on the team.
Okay.
He
How about that one,
Cappy? Cappy, I will give you... Cappy, I'll give you $10 if you tell me where Ochai Agbaji played college basketball.
Oh, George, I listen. You got to remember something. I'm a big
Don't
fan
Google
of Bill.
it.
I'm not googling anything.
That's
When
like a
look-
double Jeopardy
dude,
1,000
dude,
question.
Listen to me. I'm a big Bill Self fan, so I'm a big Kansas Jayhawks guy.
He is.
So,
I'll give
so
you $10. You deserve it.
Ocho. Wait, you're not going to buy me a Seiko?
No,
or
I
a
said
Psycho?
$10.
Only
From
$10.
Psycho.
Huh?
I'm gonna Venmo you $10 right now.
Okay, and then Chris, I'm going to Venmo you the $10 because you bet against me yesterday and you lost $10.
Is that why
I'm
you
gonna
were
make
mad
you whole.
earlier? Because you're still mad about that
Very
bet?
upset with you. Very upset.
Cappy, do you have a Venmo?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's called Rachel. It's time for
I
our
don't think I've ever Venmo'd you.
Yeah, Cappy, don't sweat the small stuff like me betting against you.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Don't sweat the small stuff. For Friday, March 27th, 2026, our daily calendar from the book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. Cappy, get mileage out of reflection. The ability to honestly and quietly reflect on... You're humming the thing while I'm trying to do this while my mic is on.
You have 2 headphones on. Go.
Man, what are we doing?
He's running the school of content, bro.
I know he is. Get mileage out of... Oh, I got to start this up. Here we go. Get mileage out of reflection. The ability to honestly and quietly reflect on one's life is one of the most powerful tools for personal growth. Reflection means bringing to life the truth of what's really going on.
Cappy, did you get it?
Yes. You really did Venmo him? That's amazing.
I paid $10 for coming up with Kansas for Ochi Achawaki, or whatever the dude's name was.
Did you Google it for real, though? Did you Google it for real?
It's similar to meditation in that you are allowing the truth of the moment without bias or personal agenda to surface. They're presenting this to partners. Just wait till there's a partner on this. Then you have to pay attention every day.
Well,
you know who should partner this?
What?
From Psycho.
That would be perfect.
Yeah,
George, I didn't have to Google it. I used ESPN.com, and I just went to the team page. I didn't have to Google it.
I'm making the Morales brand too big to fail.
I'm still keeping you the $10 just because you learned
No,
how to
I'm
Google,
passing
which
the
was
$10
something,
on
by
to
the way,
Morales.
you weren't necessarily very good at early on.
I'm passing the $10 on to Morales.
No.
He lost the money yesterday.
I remember I remember the first year of the show, we'd be like, Cappy, you can find this thing out. And you'd be like, really? How? And you'd be like, this thing called Google.
What is that? What is this thing called Google? I've never heard of such a thing.
As we wrap up, time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal. Brought to you by Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with the competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com. DRE 01961658, Cappy.
By the way, I think the best part of me sending you the Venmo is that, because it asks you, why are you sending it? And I just put a basketball emoji.
Ball knowers. From Psycho. Hey, to finish things up here today, George, with opening day yesterday with the Dodgers, Christopher here was very, very offended that our very own Bergie, who only wears hats on Fridays to work.
You're making this the dealer's choice?
Which part?
So you
it's
spent
his dealer's choice.
No, you spent 4 days. What was it, Lindsay?
It was 4 days, yes. No, 3 days. About Reacher, the Reacher
You
guy.
did 3 days on the Reacher guy,
Wait,
and
you
now
want
you're
me
doing Bergie and I's hat bit from yesterday?
You want me to
Rough
follow
week.
up on Reacher again? I
No.
feel like I got to the end of that story.
We can pay off the hat bit, though.
I
'cause
feel
there's
like
more
I got to
it.
the end of the Reacher story. So
You're going to get a
here's the thing.
Reacher over the weekend. That's all.
Yeah. Chris was very offended that Bergie did not wear the hat that Chris bought him last year
Bought him
when we
two.
forced Chris to go spend over $2,000 at the Dodgers team store.
It was only $1,400 just for the...
$1,400, okay? And so he was very upset. He's like, Bergie, I bought you these beautiful hats. It's opening day. You're not wearing the hat that I bought you. But take a look at Bergie today, people.
Yeah, he's wearing one of the hats. Yeah, but it's day two.
Nothing.
It's day
I've
two.
got nothing. Not even like, hey, there you go. Now you're wearing the hat. It's
You
a
didn't give
Friday.
him any
It's
love,
on my
Chris.
hat Friday.
By the way, Parker owes me that hat back that I bought him. The fact that he
Why?
resigned.
Who's Parker?
The fact that he left. Why? Just give me back that hat I bought you.
So wait, so when somebody works there and you give them a gift, it's good, but when they leave, you want the gift back.
Well, I just think it's fair.
Okay.
I'm
Fair and
leaving.
equitable. Okay.
That's the point of a gift.
I mean,
when they
Bergie,
get out of
you
your
got-
life, you get it back.
Bergie, you got no love at all today for wearing the hat that Chris bought you.
Nope.
He
I did-
complained when you didn't wear this hat, but then he didn't give you any love when you did
I
wear
did
the hat.
look at it, and I went, oh, good, he wore the hat today.
Right, but it's on the day that I always wear a hat. It's Hat Friday, and I'm wearing the hat.
Well,
and I'm
why
wearing
would
one
you
of
Jersey
your
Friday
hats.
next week?
No, that's a Sam Boney thing.
It's
J-Dub knows all about it.
Hey, real quick, good luck to best of luck to the UCLA women. They play at 4:30 today on ESPN. So
You're nicely done, then, Joe.
Who they playing?
Minnesota.
Fight
really?
on.
Is it cold like Minnesota? Fight
Well,
on.
I mean, I
huh?
don't know. They're playing in Sacramento.
Fight on.
Well, no, not fight
Fight
on.
on.
Okay, four's
What
up.
time are you going to apologize via text to me, Cappy, today?
Who's that?
You.
Well, when are you going to apologize to
No,
me?
I expect
you
an
owe
apology.
me an apology.
I expect an apology.
You owe me an apology.
I expect an apology
And be a
'cause
bigger
you,
man.
You tried to bring it back and come right back after me.
By
a
the way,
bigger
Chris, Jared just sent me a text where I said, radio sign, thanks, bro. Have a great weekend. He wrote back, boom, TV should be done shortly.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
See, that's where the big money comes.
Yeah, so Cappy's obsessed with this.
Come
He's
on, George.
Much
A
like he's
psycho.
brought up Reacher 4 days in a row.
Right.
literally, I think it's evening out for Sedano. I'm like, I'm not going to talk about it. No, so yeah, you got to figure, like, let's just ballpark. I'm like, I'm not ballparking.
Right, like I said to him, I go, George, I said, listen, I go, Chris, you got to figure George is what? Maybe, like, if Stephen A. is making $20 million a year, George is what, 17, 18 million a year?
The best is when he's like, let's
Me
just
and Joe Buck making the same, and Troy Aikman all making same
I told
money.
you from the beginning, you're the Cubano Joe Buck. I told you that.
I mean, let's just ballpark. I'm like, no ballparking. No ballparking.
I go, Chris, you know the numbers. I go, just tell me, what, 17, 18 million? Tell me the truth.
No ballparking.
He wouldn't tell me, George.
Cappy, if you had Jer, maybe you'd make Joe Buck money.
Well, I know. I've got Joe Emerald.
Luke Diamond, or what's his name?
Luke Diamond. Rick Diamond, Joe Emerald. From Psycho. Yes. I'm going to get him a new Psycho.
All right, everybody. That was a good Friday show. It really was.
By the way, we've ended in a good place considering the way you and Chris wanted to kill each other earlier.
I was fine.
It's Fridays. We're with each other so much during the week. And Chris is such a force of nature. So that by Friday, when he's killing me,
he's a force of nature that moves mountains?
Yes, he is.
Well, that's what happens on Bear Thursdays. I smothered you. You got to learn to breathe through your nose like LZ
I just
taught
almost
us.
choked out my water.
LZ used to teach us to breathe through your nose when those things happen. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you bright and early Monday at 7 a.m. Be good, you stinking mongrels.
I got to record spots, suckers.
From Psycho.
I love you guys.
Rich